What's up, y'all? The NBA season is back, and while teams continue to find their footing, our partners at FANATICS Sportsbook are already running championship plays. Bet with Fanatics and earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet misses, you're still scoring fan cash, which you can use on NBA gear, tickets, and exclusive Fanatics events. And with fair play, if your players go down injured in the first half, your bet stays live. Make the switch and get more ways to win with Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here.
Oh, this fucking team, baby. Oh, shit. Oh, my wife is not going to be happy if I wake up the house, but I'm going to wake up and I'm going to tell her tomorrow morning, honey, I've been alive for 42 years. In those 42 years, I've never seen this fucking basketball team win a blessed thing. And now they are over there in Vegas, where I hope they do not go to sleep until the sun has been up for quite some time. And they are wearing hats that say champions on it. So yes, tonight it is worth it for me to wake up the household, because this fucking basketball team did it. They did what they came to Vegas to do. They accomplished their mission. And let me just start out right off the bat, and I'm going to tell you what we are not going to do tonight. What we are not going to do tonight is we are not going to poo-poo or diminish or belittle this accomplishment in any way, shape, or form. Not in the slightest. And I'm going to explain to you why we're not going to do that. It's not because the Knicks won the NBA championship tonight, because they didn't win the NBA championship tonight. They know that they didn't win the NBA championship tonight. Every fan watching who has been a fan for longer than 3 months of this basketball team, of this sport, of sports, period, knows that this team did not win the NBA championship tonight. Most importantly, Mike Brown, his coaching staff, for as much as they are surely proud of this and know what it took to scale this particular mountaintop, they know that the march to an NBA championship is going to be a dark road full of terrors that they did not necessarily have to deal with on the march to this NBA Cup win. We know all that. No one, least of all me, is going to sit before you and at least should not try to convince you that what happened tonight was the equivalent of the ultimate prize, which is what we're all in this for. It's why we're all fans. But the fact that this isn't the ultimate prize doesn't mean it isn't a prize, and that it isn't a real prize. Because what you have and what has taken place over the course of the last week and change, since they played their quarterfinal game, since they played their semifinal game, and obviously tonight when they played their final. And even if you want to go back to the cup games, the cup qualifying games, which I do think, since they became a thing in the NBA 3 years ago, have had a little bit more juice. What you have had is a situation where the very best basketball players on planet Earth, who are all, by definition, the most competitive people in their sport when they step foot on the court, because the days of guys like Derek Coleman being able to skate by on talent and talent alone, those days are done. We don't need to name any names. We know there are plenty of talented people who have come through the NBA in recent years and have come right out of the NBA almost as quickly as they came in it, and they had all the talent in the world. You need the desire. the way the game is played today, the pace the game is played today, the way that you need to be a two-way player, you cannot skate by on offensive talent alone. These are competitive people. And when you give competitive people something extra to shoot for it and say go, guess what? They're going to go. They're going to shoot for it, and they're going to put whatever they can put on the line to go get that thing that you have told them is of value. Now, does the $500,000 help? I'm sure it does. I don't care how much money you are making on a daily basis or on a yearly basis. I don't care if you're Karl Anthony Towns and you have a contract that has a 5 and a 3 at the front of it, followed by a lot of zeros. Anyone, if you tell them, hey guys, we have played, honestly, by our standards, kind of like dog shit for the first 36 minutes of this basketball game. But we are 12 minutes of solid play away from getting an extra $300,000 in our bank accounts. When you add that alone, it's going to get something extra out of this collective of individuals who play in this league. And then when you add on top of that, the fact that they get to raise a trophy that 29 other teams were trying to get the opportunity to raise, and that only one other team, the San Antonio Spurs, actually got the opportunity to try and raise by playing in this game tonight. And you get to tell those guys in that locker room, all of which have been deep into the playoffs, all of which have ample experience on the international stage, have ample experience in big games in college. When you tell that collection, got individual awards, Jordan Clarkson, are we going to talk about Jordan Clarkson? Talk about a guy, he already has hardware. He knows what it means to go after hardware. Granted, it was individual hardware, 6th man of the year, but he knows what it is to go after something. All of these guys know what it is to go after something. And when you tell them that there is something real on the line, that they get a chance to raise a trophy that 29 other teams get to look at and say, well, wasn't our year, it was their year. It was the New York Knicks year to win that particular award and hold that particular trophy. If those are the circumstances, why would anyone, Knick fan or otherwise, come on and say that it does not matter? It does. Does it matter to 29 other fan bases that the Knicks are the NBA Cup champions? No, probably not. And honestly, it probably shouldn't. This isn't for them. This is for us. And I include every single person out there who has ever rooted for New York Knicks basketball, because it is one hell of a thing to root for a team for whether it's 6 months, 6 years, a decade, 2 decades, in my case, a little bit more than 3 decades. And in some cases out there, shout out to my guy, Robert Cross, to be rooting for a basketball team for more than 50 years and to have never seen them raise any banner of consequence and certainly not any trophy. It is a hell of a thing to tell this group of people, hey, you got a chance to win a real thing here. Is it the thing that we're all in this for? Again, no, but that's not what matters tonight. What matters tonight is the New York Knicks had a chance to climb a particular mountaintop in their sport, and they did it. And that is fucking cool and well worth waking my family up for. So let me give, before I say anything else about anybody involved in this game or how this game went, a hearty congratulations to Leon Rose, Wes. I love how Adam Silver during the trophy presentation was going through like the full names, and then he got to Wes and he's like, Wes, that's it. He's just Wes. Congratulations to them. Congratulations, obviously, to Coach Brown and his staff. You want to talk about, fuck it. Why not? Let's start with Coach Brown. Because Look, I everybody knows watching this. If you've ever watched the show before, if you watched the show last year, you know my reputation, and God knows I earned it, of being in the bag for one Tom Thibodeau. And yet, on the day he was fired, I didn't actually sit in front of this microphone. I sat in front of a different microphone in a different house in a different part of New York. And I said, A, I wasn't surprised, and B, it's probably the right move. Because you get to a certain point with a coach where, and it happens to the best coaches in the world. The best coaches in the world, they've all been fired. And they all reach a point. And the reason is because they all reach a point in their team where, for one reason or another, their act has run stale. Now, there were some other issues at play with Tibbs that God knows we're not going to talk about tonight. The point is, they got a new voice and a new guy in Mike Brown, who we knew what he was going to bring to the table. We knew all the good things that he was going to institute. And I think you saw a lot of those good things, or you have seen a lot of those good things throughout the entirety of this season, as the Knicks have gotten out to an 18-7 record, which is still an 18-7 record, because inexplicably, what are you doing, NBA? This game counts for nothing, not a blessed thing, not a tiebreaker, nothing. I would say, and I swear on my children, I've been saying this for years, make this game count for something. Make winning this tournament count for something, anything. A tiebreaker in the standings, something, a draft, an extra draft, whatever, anything. And the fact that it counts for nothing of consequence, outside of everything that I just spent 10 minutes talking about, it's inexplicable, but it's neither here nor there. They're 18-7. They're on a 59 win pace. Kevin is saying, shout out to Kev on the ones and twos, saying it should be all tiebreakers. Winning this should get you all the tiebreakers. I completely agree. Even if it was nothing but tiebreakers, that's fine. It's something. Whatever. Conversation for a different day. They're at 18-7. Mike Brown has been 18-7. He has them at 18-7, playing as good an offense as there is in the league. They put up 124 on a Spurs team that has been playing some pretty good defense lately and has the best defensive player in the sport. And I got to tell you, I did not think that Wemby made a impact in this game really at all. I mean, he went on that stretch in the third quarter, but defensively didn't feel like you really, really, really felt him. And that's a credit to Mike Brown for having those workarounds ready. So the fact that they put up 124 tonight, great sign. He has done it largely with offense. The defense has been coming along. Bend but don't break. You want to talk about a mantra that was on display tonight? Bend but don't break. This was bend. Don't snap. And they never snapped. And credit to them and credit to him for that. But the biggest thing, and this is why I could not help but think of the last head coach, again, who I appreciate and will appreciate for everything he has done for this franchise, did for this franchise for years and decades to come, helping build a foundation. There is not a snowball's chance in hell that Tyler Kolek would have been on the floor to close this game, to say nothing of Jordan Clarkson getting the extended run and the extended minutes that he got. I'm looking at it right now. Jordan Clarkson, 27 minutes. Tyler Kolek, 20 minutes. And it made me so freaking happy that Jalen Brunson shouted out both of them, along with two other guys who we're going to get to, by name when he was receiving his tournament MVP trophy, because they are absolutely the reason why the Knicks won this basketball game. But they had to be in the basketball game to help the Knicks win the basketball game. And I'm just looking, as you guys know, I keep my little silly notes. You like this? One thing I did have to write, bad. JB turnover was the only thing I wrote that was bad. But I'm just looking at my notes. So starting late in the third quarter, JC 3 to make it 92-84. TK 3 to make it 92-87. Another one. Now we're in the fourth quarter. JC 3, 94-94. Another JC 3, 97-94. Those were the three Jordan Clarkson threes, all of which were absolutely massive. Kolek, what should have been a drawn offensive foul that was ended up being overturned. I thought it was a great play by Kolek regardless. JC, offensive rebound. Mitch putback. We're going to get to Mitch. JB, Jalen Brunson, dime. Tyler Kolek cut because the dime wouldn't have been there if Tyler Kolek didn't cut under the basket to intercept, to get that pass to make it 108-102. JC steal. JC floater, 110-105. TK pass with many, many, many underlines. Not many, 3 underlines. That's a lot of underlines though for my notes. To OG3 corner, 118-110. That felt like it might have been the dagger in the moment. It was one of the 5 best passes given the situation and given how much was at stake. And given this was still very much a game in doubt, 5-point game with whatever it was, about 2 minutes to go. That Tyler Kolek pass was one of the 5 best passes, if not the most important pass thrown by a Knick this year. And then last thing I wrote down, TK rebound, OMG, because I don't know which, it felt like he snagged a lot of rebounds. 5 rebounds for Tyler Kolek, 14, 5, and 5. That's a fucking stat line. 14, 5, and 5 in 20 minutes. Anyway, he was on the floor and he was given a chance. And to bring it back around to Mike Brown, this is a team playing with a lot of belief in itself. There's a lot, and look, I spoke on post games early in the year, before the year even started, and there was a term that I kept coming back to when I would express my reservations about why I wasn't jumping through the window on this team this season, and it was buy-in. I liked everything Brown was selling. I liked the early signs in preseason. Everything he was saying, all of the literally all the early signs. How many jokes did we make over the opening weeks, days, months, or days, weeks of the season, preseason, the whole thing? Like, is this like a Knicks Twitter wet dream? Everything Brown was doing. So you liked all of that, but was there the full buy-in? And that was my question then. And now, after this win, I don't know how anyone could still be asking that question. When you see how these players are responding to him, and when you see how he is pushing all the right buttons, and here's the thing about pushing the right buttons. Like tonight, sometimes you're going to push a button, and in a normal circumstance, yeah, that means you're activating someone, but it means someone else who's used to getting that opportunity doesn't get the opportunity. And as a head coach, you have to know how to walk that tightrope. And there was an article that came out, I believe, yesterday from Vince Goodwill talking about, and this has already been reported on by others, obviously, but there were some additional quotations in there and some additional borderline reporting in there about the Josh Hart situation and Mike Brown and Josh Hart feeling very frustrated in the early going of the season and a couple of times being benched in the fourth quarter. And he said, I forget what the exact wording was, but feeling like he was gonna lose it or he was gonna snap or whatever the case may be. For Mike Brown to realize, hey, what I want to do, what I think is best, that's not always going to be right. So there's a humility to him that needs to be a part along with the affirmative decision making and the bold moves to maybe push some buttons that other coaches might not push. And I got to tell you, we're sitting here now. The Knicks have played 26 games if you count this one. What is there to complain about this coach? And especially after this game where it seemed like he pushed every correct button on a night where we were saying it on the watch along. Shout out to Sean and shout out to Jeff who joined me. Knicks should have been losing this game by 15. There was a point in this game where I was like, Knicks should probably be losing this game by 15, 20 points. But they hung around. And that is a testament to them. We could sing a whole bunch of praises. I am going to save some of that because I'm sure we have a lot of people with super chats, and I want to get to those in as timely a fashion as possible. But just a couple of things I want to try to limit it to maybe one thing per player. I already talked about Tyler Kolek. I mean, what do you want to say? Best game is a Knick. Best game by a Knick reserve this season. Mitch has had a few. Trying to think, maybe early before Hart went back into the starting lineup, did he have a game or two where he's in that conversation? Let's say a top 5 game by a Knick reserve this season from Tyler Kolek. And I mean, what more can you say? He was everything they needed and nothing they didn't. Plus 14 in the game, one behind the co-leaders. Jalen Brunson plus 15 in 41 minutes. We're gonna talk about him in a bit. And then Jordan Clarkson. Funny, Jordan Clarkson, you look at his stat line, 6 of 15 from the field. He was 3 of 8 from 2. Only got 2 rebounds. But you look more closely. Got those 3 threes. I went through them before. And not all stretches of games are created equal. And when Jordan Clarkson made those threes, the first 3 came, they were down 11, actually, when he made the first 3. I'm 99% sure that was their biggest deficit of the game, and I am 97% sure that was the only time they were down by 11. Yes, the Spurs' biggest lead was 11. It was in that moment. Jordan Clarkson, that's when he hit his first 3. Massive. And then the 2 threes to tie the game and then give them their first lead, I think, since the whatever it was early in the first quarter. So, and then a steal and a block. And you know what? That doesn't even, I can't tell you how many times Jordan Clarkson gave an extra effort on defense, and that's what it comes down to. What is defense? Defense is extra effort. Are you willing to give the extra effort that somebody else is not? And that's ultimately why Jordan Clarkson stayed on the court for 27 minutes. So shout out to him. I already talked about Kolek. Mitch. We got to go to Mitch. 15 rebounds. Pretty good. 10 offensive rebounds. Well, that's really good. 10 offensive rebounds in 18 minutes. Ooh, that's really, really good. 5 offensive rebounds in 93 seconds. Go find me someone else in NBA history who could pull down 5 offensive rebounds in a minute and a half. And shout out to the New York Basketball Twitter account. I absolutely stole that from his tweet. Or her tweet. I have no idea if New York Basketball is run by a man, woman, alien, who the hell knows. But you do great work. Mitchell Robinson, during that stretch where the game turned, for as important as Jordan Clarkson was, and for as important as Tyler Kolek was, Mitch was like, those guys did the work above the surface. Mitchell Robinson gave them the platform with which to work. And it was the best we've seen Mitch look all year. And yes, he did make a few defensive plays that when you watched, it was like, oh, it was like the Leo. It was the Leo meme pointing at the TV. Oh, I know him. I know that guy. That's what it felt like watching Mitch there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, seeing the defensive presence that we know we are capable of seeing. And it was so funny because in the first half, when he got 3 fouls in what felt like 3 minutes, I think all of them might have been on Wemby. It was like, it's not there. And then he turned on the Jets and there it was. And then a guy that's probably easy to forget about because of how he goes about his business, because he didn't make a huge impact in the second half, on offense at least, in terms of scoring the ball. And just because he's a quiet guy. OG Anunoby, this would have been a 15-point deficit, at least a 15-point deficit going into halftime, if not more. were it not for OG Anunoby having as good an offensive half of basketball as he has had as a Knick, scoring 20 points on, I believe it was 10 shots, making a bunch of threes. Also ended this game with 9 rebounds, and there were some snatches that he had down the stretch of this game that were really, really important. So shout out to OG. Those were your 4 unsung heroes. I am going to hold myself to the standard that I always hold myself to, which is to select only 3 stars of the game for tomorrow's Knicks Film School newsletter. Jesus. I mean, I gotta, one of those guys is not gonna get honored. I've written this before. I've been doing the stars of the game. I think this is my 4th year doing stars of the game. I've probably written over the course of that time 5, 6, 7 times. This is the hardest stars of the game I have ever had to do. Well, let me one up it, and I will say unequivocally, this will be the hardest stars of the game that I will have ever had to do. And that is not only because of those 4, but because there are 2 other guys who we're going to end with, and then we're going to get to the super chats. And that's Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. And, oh, by the way, Ariel Hukporti, you only played 2 minutes, my man. There were a hell of a 2 minutes. Important couple of minutes from Huck to end the half. Josh McCall, obviously McCall had one of his quieter games of the season. I don't begrudge him. He's been the most consistent Knick through 25 games. He had an off night. It happens. Josh Hart, a quiet night, but I thought his 29 minutes maybe weren't the loudest 29 minutes, but 11 and 8, I felt it. And they needed him for what he was able to provide. And I never, here's the best thing I can say about Josh Hart, because the Spurs were doing a lot of different defensive coverages. I never felt personally, and I'm sure if I went back and rewatched it, I would find some possessions that run counter to this, but I never felt personally like, oh, the Knicks can't get their shots that they want on offense because Josh Hart's in there and the Spurs are playing him a certain type of way. I thought the entire night the Knicks got what they wanted in terms of the shots that they wanted on offense. And there was just a period of time where they weren't making him, and they ended up making enough of them. So good job by them. Anyway, so let's end with the Knicks' 2 best players. And I'll start with Cat. When he left this game with a calf injury, I thought at that moment he had been, up until that point, and it was, midway through the 3rd quarter, I thought he had been the second best Knick in the game after only OG Anunoby. He gave them, and it's not just this game, because he did it against the Magic in the semis, and he did it against the Raptors in the quarters. He gave them everything that this team could possibly want and need on both ends of the floor. And I want to emphasize in capital fucking letters, both ends of the floor. Look, the Giannis conversations are going to continue for as long as he is a Milwaukee Buck. If he is a Milwaukee Buck up until the trade deadline, they will continue up until the trade deadline. If he is a Milwaukee Buck after the trade deadline, those conversations will pick up again as soon as the NBA Finals is over, and maybe even before the NBA Finals is over. That is an unavoidable situation, as is the fact that the Knicks are going to continue to be mentioned in these conversations because of what Giannis's representatives, not so subtly, made it very well known over the summer, and have probably made it known for a little while now. All that being said, if Karl-Anthony Towns plays like the guy that we have seen in these NBA Cup break rounds, again, quarters against the Raptors, semis against the Magic, and tonight in 30 minutes, again, not a stat line that'll blow you away, 16 points on 12 shots, 11 rebounds, pretty good. 2 steals, pretty good. 4 offensive rebounds, by the way. If he plays like this, I'm not saying that the Giannis conversations won't still interest me, because they will. Just keeping it a buck. But whereas I think at one point for me over the summer, it was, I probably said it on here, like, this is the most important story when it pertains to the Knicks because of how transformational this guy is. That's not going to be the case anymore. If this is what Cat is going to be, whether I don't know if it's this coach, I don't know if it's the system, I don't know if it's a second year in New York, I don't know if he's in year 11 and he's like, you know what? I know what I need to do to lead a team to a championship, and now I'm gonna whatever it is. This dude, oh, you can win a championship with this dude, 100%. And he hasn't even gotten going on offense yet. I mean, what was he? He was 2 of 5 from 3 tonight. Okay, I didn't even think he really got going. And then, so everything I just said, that's even irrespective of the fact that he was dealing with a calf injury that looked like. I mean, I know we get on Cat for milking it sometimes. He does. But when he was on the bench there and he had a towel over his face, and you could tell, dude, from that freaking, even with the towel over his face, you could tell the pain that he was in. And then for him to come back in that game and make some of the plays that he made down the stretch, I wish I wrote more details, but I was like, it was during when a whole lot of crazy shit was happening. I just wrote Cat D. Anytime I'm writing something about Cat defense and it's good, you know, it's like he did something really special. And he was a really important, he was vital to the Knicks win tonight. And then we will end, of course, with the Alpha, the Omega. I don't know any other Greek letters. Beta, I don't know. Lambda, I don't know. Whatever letters you want to throw out there. Throw some numbers out there. Throw some colors out there. He is everything, everywhere, all at once, to quote a recent Best Picture winner, Jalen Brunson. Was this Jalen Brunson's best game? No. But it was actually probably pretty comfortably his worst game in the NBA Cup tournament between the Raptors game and the Magic game. Took 27 shots to get his 25 points. But this is not a praise of Jalen Brunson for this game necessarily, but as he so often does, did enough to win. And there's always going to be a stretch. If the Knicks win a big game, you better believe there's going to be a stretch, or probably multiple stretches, where Jalen Brunson just has to put the team, because this is how the team was built. Where Jalen Brunson's just going to have to put the team on his back and say, all right, guys, get on. I got this for a little while. And you saw that in the middle to, it was kind of midway through the fourth quarter when he hit some really important shots. You saw it when he started getting going in the first half. There was a stretch at the end of the first quarter. There was a little stretch in the second quarter. He had little pockets. That's all it was in this game. It was little pockets of Jalen Brunson, but he had an off night and yet never let go of the rope, because Jalen Brunson, more than any player in the league, does not know how to let go of the rope. And finished with 25 and 8, 4 rebounds on top of that, 4 turnovers, a lot for him, but a couple of steals. And no, it's not a coincidence that he was a team high, tied for a team high 15 or plus 15. He's the captain. And if we're sitting here as we are celebrating a win that, like I said at the top, feels pretty goddamn special, we would not be in any position as a fan base to be celebrating anything without Jalen Brunson wearing the Knick uniform. So I feel it is only appropriate to end with him. What a freaking game. What an awesome win. What a cool thing for everybody involved to win this kind of silly tournament. But again, was it contrived by Adam Silver to make an extra few bucks for the league? Of course. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because the New York Knicks get to wear, can I put it up, Kev? I'm going to put it up right now. All of this shit. And Kev's up here with me. Kev, all right, so we are looking at, listen, we don't usually peddle other people's merch on here, but we got a black edition of the 2025 NBA Cup champions. We have a blue one. I got to tell you, the blue one's kind of sharp. and then the hat. I gotta think.
We have them separately too.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So that's the black. Okay. We got that. Then there's the hat. I just noticed the blue one. It has the Vegas motif as well.
Yeah.
It has the Vegas motif as well. Does the black one? The black one doesn't really have that. No, you need. This is the blue T-shirt. Is the one with the Vegas motif. All right, which are you gonna order? I may order multiple. I'm ordering at least one. Which are you gonna be ordering?
I think I'm gonna go with both shirts. Is that
Both
hat
shirts.
a fitted hat or is it a snap?
Oh, I don't care. I like the hat.
I don't do snaps, but if they have them in fitteds, I might figure that out. But great.
Listen, NBA, Mr. Silver, go shoot us a cut. We're doing the Lord's work here. We're helping putting even more. We're helping lining the pockets even more. I think I'm probably gonna go with the blue shirt. The blue shirt's pretty nice. Who knows? Maybe we'll have some NBA Cup themed merch here at Knicks Film School. Stay tuned for that. And then, all right, let's do. Why don't we go to our? Let's do this. Okay, so we are going to go over. These were our best bets for tonight, which we are going to go over. As opposed to my video picks, which is our official betting and sweating picks, which we are unfortunately for me, not going to go over. I did not have a good night, and I was so close to having a good night on a few fronts, and then it just all went to shit. But that's okay. The Knicks are NBA Cup champions. How do we do here? Knicks -2.5. That was Sean's pick. He hit. OG Anunoby, at least one block. That did not hit, even though I could have sworn I saw OG get a block in this game, but apparently he didn't. That was Jeff's. And then Macri.
No, he got a block. OG got a block.
Why am I looking? I'm looking at. Hold on here. What am I looking at? Oh, what? That was so weird. The box score I was looking at, I swear to God, it just had 0, and now it has 1. I've refreshed the page, and even the okay, whatever. OG got a block. Good job, Jeff. And then Mikal Bridges over 16 points. Actually did have 11. Felt like he had like none, but he had 11 points. Still not enough there. So we didn't hit the parlay for that, but we got 2 out of 3, which ain't bad. So shout out to us and shout out to FANATICS Sportsbook, our presenting sponsor of the Knicks Film School Postgame Show, and we love them for being our presenting sponsor. And thank you, FANATICS Sportsbook, for all of your support. And you guys are awesome. Okay. Ready to do it? What's this? Oh, speak of the devil. Where'd I go? Why am I off the screen? I don't know why. Okay. That's okay. I could be off the screen, and then I'll read the FanCash super chat of the night, and then I'll go back on the screen. It's totally fine. NBA Cup champions, $124 in FanCash from FANATICS Sportsbook. What a win. And it took huge efforts from Kolek, OG, Clarkson, and Mitch. Just as our captain and Cup MVP said, here's $124 in FanCash in honor of how many points the winning team scored tonight. Use it to get your official NBA Cup championship shirts, gear on fanatics.com. Oh, that's right. That's right, Kevin. I almost forgot.
So we're supposed to show the gear now.
Well, we could. Okay. Do you want to show the gear and the thing?
Got you.
Fine. Okay. We could do it. Oh, no, it's fine. There it is. There's the gear. There's the gear. You could buy all of this gear with FanCash from FANATICS Sportsbook, which, hey, best part about betting through FANATICS Sportsbook, you earn FanCash every time you place a bet, win or lose. I placed some bets tonight. They did not win, but I earned FanCash every time. And you better believe that I am going to be getting my NBA Cup championship gear on the FANATICS site using my FanCash, which I earn through the FANATICS Sportsbook. So there you go. Okay. Got through that one. Is that it? And then can we get some super chats?
Yep.
Under 40 minutes. That's not terrible. I mean, there were some post games in the postseason where me, Andrew, Benji, DJ, whoever, we'd be talking for an hour before get to the first super chat. So 40 minutes after they raise a trophy, that's not terrible, right? Could be worse. Kev's giving me a shrug. All right. Mark Azik. What's going on, Mark? Thank you for starting us off tonight. Happy holidays to KFS. I don't have Prime, so I'm not watching tonight. It's a shame the league isn't making the Cup Final free. Looking forward to the KFS recap. Let's go Knicks. I realize I can take off my headphones now because we're in the super chat section. It is a little unfortunate. The league is clearly moving in this direction where streaming is becoming a major part of their content plan. There is a major game on streaming every night. And this is how they feel they can best continue to grow as a league, because that's where the money is. And ultimately, they're always going to go where the money is, as will every other sports league in the world. Was it a little unfortunate that Amazon couldn't make this one, available to, at the very least, like, I don't know, well, Knicks fans, I don't even know how that would work. Yeah, it was unfortunate. And I feel bad you couldn't watch it. That sucks. But I also can't very well sit here and be like, terrible job by the league, terrible job by Amazon Prime. It's not a non-for-profit. And I think there are times where money grabs are not in the best interest of the sport. And then I think there are times where, it is like you kind of roll with it. And I think this is one of those ones where you kind of have to roll with it, as unfortunate as that is. So that's all I gotta, it does stink though, Mark. I definitely feel you there. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Andrew Badow. What's going on, Andrew? Tyler Kolek. Oprah me some wheels, brother. Listen, he should. He should get? He should get one of those Mitch trucks, the Mitchell Robinson trucks. That's what Tyler Kolek should get. I think he'd look good driving one. Myself, that's my 2 cents. Thanks, Andrew. JDM, Tyler deserves all 6 stars. So proud of him. I mean, is he the 3-star player of the game? I probably have to have him over Jordan Clarkson, given the totality of the impact. I could see an argument for putting him over Mitch. Man, it's going to be tough to put him, or anyone for that matter, over OG Anunoby for what OG Anunoby meant to this game. It's going to be tough. I'm more comfortable saying that Kolek will get one of the top 2 spots. It's, for me, the bigger issue is, who do I leave off? If it is OG and Kolek in 1, 2 in some order, who do I leave off between Mitch and Clarkson? I don't know. And for anybody who has no idea what I'm talking about, shout out to the Knicks Film School newsletter, which I write every day, and you could subscribe to on Substack. Thanks, JDM. Guy Huber, then give Tyler the Tims. Who is going to get the Tims? That's going to be interesting. Kev, keep an eye on that. Is it, even though it's a game that doesn't count in the standings, they should still give the Tims out, right? Did they bring the Tims to? I was no, they definitely brought the Tims to Vegas because Cat was wearing them after the Magic game. Thanks, Goober. Robert Cross, banners, legendary Mitch performance, never to be in a conch episode ever again. Shout out to Jeremy Cohen. Tyler Kolek, I told y'all again, let's fucking go Knicks. All the Kolek truthers, take a bow, take a victory lap, because for the Knicks to get that performance on that stage from that dude who has been like, he's in the rotation now really out of necessity, because Deuce is out. Here's a question. I know I sang all sorts of praises for Mike Brown at the beginning of the show. Would Tyler Kolek have played in the game if Deuce McBride was healthy? maybe not. I would think he probably would have played a little bit. But in any case, take all the victory laps, Kolek Hivers. You've earned them. Legendary Mitch performance. 5 offensive rebounds in 93 seconds. I think those deserve legend status. I think I'm fine with that. I'm very comfortable with that. Totally fine, Robert. Appreciate you, as always. Oh, here we go. So we got fourth quarter rebounds. This is a stat from New York Basketball. Wembanyama had 0. The entire Spurs team had 6. And Mitchell Robinson had 8. And he only played, what did he play? Like 6 minutes Cat came in. I wrote it down. Cat came in with 4:49 to go. So in 7 minutes and 11 seconds, Mitchell Robinson out-rebounded the entire Spurs team in the fourth quarter. How you like them apples? Robert Cross, first time, long time. It's your boy John. Put Mitch in the rafters next to that banner. Let's fucking go Knicks. Are they going to raise a banner? I don't know if they're going to raise a banner. Should they raise a banner? They should raise a banner. Fuck it. Raise the fucking banner. Why not? Raise it. Who cares? Everybody has a problem with it? Go fucking take a walk. Thanks, Robert. Anthony Sixto. What's going on, Anthony? OG was special tonight, and Kolek officially ended all questions about him being a rotation player. What a fucking great win. Hashtag first the cup, then the chip. I could get behind that. I like that. It was a great win. And did Kolek officially end all questions about him being a rotation player? I mean, for the time being, I know that's kind of a chicken shit answer. Look, we're going to find out exactly how moved the Knicks brass was by Tyler Kolek's performance tonight. And I would, go an extra step and say Tyler Kolek's performance recently over the last few weeks. We're going to find out how moved they were by what they do with the deadline. Because, we just heard all the Alvarado rumors. All praise to Leon Rose. Here's something else we're not going to do tonight. We're not going to shit on Leon Rose at all. He's pushed a lot of correct buttons, and I think you got to just place full faith in him to continue to push the correct buttons ahead of this trade deadline. I don't envy him in terms of what he's got in front of him, but we'll see what happens. Me personally, I'd be trying to go get a wing. That's me, but I'm not Leon Rose. Thanks, Anthony. Robert Cross with another one. First time, long time. It's your boy John. How did Tyler Kolek do tonight? Hashtag 53 wins. Here's a good question that I just don't know the answer to, frankly, and I probably should. Was this Tyler Kolek's career high in points? Very simple question. This can't be the case. I think this is the case. This is the case. This is the first time in Tyler Kolek's career he has scored double figures in a basketball game. In a professional NBA basketball game. I'm pretty sure he scored double figures at least once in a summer league game. Unless Basketball Reference is wrong, Tyler Kolek's previous career high for points was 8. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I just spoiled the stat. Kev, put up the stat. Here we go. My guy Jonah Kaufman, he beat me to it, and I here I am looking up Basketball Reference, and he had it the whole time. Our intern, Jonah. 14 is the stat of the night. That is Tyler Kolek's point total, most points in the game, previous career high of 8. 6 of these points came in the fourth quarter. So Tyler Kolek almost exceeded his career high in points in the fourth quarter alone in this game. Also 2 of 5 assists in the fourth quarter. He had a career high 5 rebounds, also career high, and played a career high 20 minutes and 27 seconds. All career highs across the board for Tyler Kolek. And he was in the closing lineup, as he should have been. He was one of only 2 players tonight to shoot 50, 40, 90, along with Cat. Shout out to Cat. On a career high, 9 attempted shots and 5 attempted threes. Take a bow, Tyler. Take a freaking bow. Giddy up. Well done, man. And I believe we have another super chat from Robert, because Robert just can't get enough of this shit. Robert, I hope you're on a party bus right now. Are you having fun yet? It's your boy John. I am asking for myself. Yeah, man, this is awesome. This is great. This is awesome. Truly, this is so much fun. I'm having a blast tonight. I'm going to enjoy this. I don't want to go to sleep tonight. It's great. It's awesome. I don't know what else to say. It's awesome. Rob Delusma, what's going on, Rob? Damn freaking right. Now let's win the next one in June. Yes, absolutely. I would, look, I still on the prize. The prize is the Larry O'Brien trophy. That was always going to be the prize. This doesn't change that. But I have to think that this will, not that this team needed any confidence. I think they were already a confident group. Think that this will help, right? In terms of them knowing that they have the goods to raise one trophy, I would imagine it will embolden them to think, hey, why not make it 2? I know what has befallen the last 2 NBA Cup champions, the Spurs, I think the Lakers, I think won one playoff game after they won the NBA Cup, and the Bucks last year, I think they probably also won one playoff game. In any case, the Knicks, I would hope, are going to win more than one playoff game, and I think they will too. Thanks, Rob. JDM, what's going on at JDM? Who says we need to trade for a backup point guard? Hashtag Kolek Hive. Yeah, it was awesome. A lot of Kolek love. I love it, man. Not as much, but we could spread the wealth a little bit, right? Could spread the wealth. Jordan Clarkson, kind of a big deal tonight. Mitchell Robinson, well, Mitch got some love. OG got some love. Yeah, show Jordan Clarkson some love, man. We need that Jordan Clarkson love. Thanks, JDM. Robert Cross with another one. Robert Cross, it's the whole night's going to be Robert Cross super chats. It's the first, it's the first championship he's ever gotten to raise. So there you go. First time, long time. It's your boy John. Watch how important Kolek is in the playoffs as Brunson plays more off ball. Hold on. I am cooking. You're always cooking, Robert. Look, I could sit here and make fun of you, which I love to do. It's one of my favorite activities. I could sit here and do that, and I could sit here and tell you, like, no. Tyler Kolek, there will be no Tyler Kolek, Jalen Brunson minutes together in the playoffs. But the fact that Mike Brown is going to Brunson Kolek minutes regularly now, when he does not need to, like, there is nothing about these games and the way the minutes have unfolded that says, oh, yeah, Mike Brown has to go to the Kolek Brunson lineup. No, he doesn't. That is a choice. And that is a choice because he clearly wants to see what those two players could do together. He likes something that they do together. Is part of it that it gets Brunson off the ball a little bit? Sure. But, like, when he reinserted Tyler Kolek into this game late in the fourth quarter, I was like, at that point, I was like, holy shit, man. That's big time stuff. Big time. Thanks, Robert. Kevin Danishevsky. What's up, man? I know it's the first time you've seen the Knicks win any kind of a championship. Least 3 favorite words. Oh, come on. Robert was right. Think Kolek is ready for prime time. Dude makes winning plays. OG, oh my. Mitch was unreal on Wemby and the boards. Yeah, I probably didn't emphasize that enough. Mitchell Robinson outplayed Victor Wembanyama in the fourth quarter of this basketball game. And there's no debate about that. There's no question about that. Mitchell Robinson outplayed Victor Wembanyama by a significant degree in the fourth quarter of this basketball game. And to that end, let's do one more stat of the game very quickly. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but the other stat of the game is 6, which is the most offensive rebounds in any quarter in Mitchell Robinson's career. So again, he had 8 total rebounds in the fourth quarter. That's great. 6 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. They couldn't do anything with him. It didn't matter that Victor Wembanyama was in the game. And how about this? Mitchell Robinson's, and shout out to my guy, my intern, Jonah Kaufman. His effort on the offensive glass led to 10 second chance points in the fourth quarter alone. Knicks had 23 rebounds in the fourth, tied for their most in any quarter in franchise history. Holy shit. That's a real stat? They had 23 rebounds in the fourth quarter? That can't be right. Jonah, you're pulling my leg. No, oh my God. Fourth quarter rebounds. Knicks, 23. San Antonio, 6. I'm trying to think, like, that's Washington Generals Harlem Globetrotters shit right there. 23-6 rebounds in the fourth quarter of the NBA Cup Championship? And y'all got a guy over there who I'm in my basement. He wouldn't be able to walk in here. He couldn't stand. I don't even know if he could sit on my fucking couch. His head might scrape the ceiling. 23-6. Jeez. That's one away from being Kobe's stat line in Game 7 against the Celtics. 6 for 24. 23-6. My good God. Okay. Let's keep going. Jack Corcoran, what's going on, Jack? Tyler fucking Kolek, you got that right. Also, I don't care. Raise the banner. For the first time in my life, the Knicks have won something. That should be the banner. 2025. Something. That's all it needs to say. Doesn't even matter. You could leave it blank. You could put a fucking smiley face emoji. Doesn't matter. Thanks, Jack. As my computer is slowly running out of battery. This is going to be fun. What happens when I have to choose between keeping my camera plugged in, keeping my microphone plugged in, and then plugging in my computer to a more sustainable power source? It's going to be a good time. Stay tuned to figure out which choice I make in probably about half an hour. Robert Cross with another one. First time, long time, it's your boy John. Get that champagne out. Spray it all over the place. Oh, not going to do it. Not going to do it. It's a family show. Hashtag banners. Yes. Raise all the banners you want. I should have brought the champagne down. I should have. I have the bottle of Corbel. It is in my fridge, but I'm going with a little bit of the Weller Antique 107. I promised Sean I was going to have a Hennessy and eggnog if they won the game. Unfortunately, I didn't have any Hennessy, so I tried to use E&J. That wasn't the problem. The problem was the eggnog. I poured it. Expiration date was December 12th. And let me tell you, the fine folks at Turkey Hill, that expiration date was not a suggestion. It was a mandate, because when I poured that stuff, no. And I tasted it to be sure, and no. So we're going with the Weller. Thanks, Robert. Ben Kim Gervey, my guy. What's more fun than fun, John? Let's freaking go. Hashtag 16 games. Love it. No, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is great. What more? Listen, other than a championship, other than making the finals, you want to talk about making the conference finals, I guess. Like, I don't know. I mean, look, I could legitimately say this is crazy to say, and the part of my brain that knows NBA history and appreciates NBA history and appreciates what it is to win real playoff series against real teams. And look, people, I shouldn't say this out loud because this is a clip that if the wrong person got their hands on, could absolutely, it would not sound great because it would be like, well, of course, you're a Knicks fan. I'm going to say it anyway. Since the turn of the century, right? Since 2000, I could legitimately argue that this is one of the 10 best nights to be a Knicks fan of the last 25 years. Right? Has it been 25 years? Well, if we're counting 2000, no, then it's been 26 years. Because this is the end. We are coming to the end of 2025. So I guess it would be 26 years, right? Kev, did my math there? Okay. So in the last 26 years, which look, we're dealing. So just to be clear, dealing with a conference finals run in 2000. You're dealing with a lot of shit. You're dealing with Linsanity. You're talking about there was some nice mellow things. You're talking about what else? And then just everything from the last 5 years. You're talking about some of the biggest We Hear victories. You're talking about the series against the Cavs in 2023. And then the last 2 years, really. I don't know. I think it has an argument for the top 10. I think it has an argument for the top 10. I may write about that. I've been doing once a month. I've been doing a piece for Knicks Film School Patreon for our mellow tier subscribers. I think that is. I've been looking for a piece. I've been trying to figure out what piece I want to write next. And I'm going to write top 10 moments, top 10 wins, whatever, since the turn of the century. And we'll see if this makes it. Thanks, Ben. Dan Hidalgo, what's going on, Dan? This would be a good year to win the chip. The NBA is about to become a very scary place, but, I think we just might. Yeah, man. Honestly, at this point, the way things are going, the Knicks should probably root for the Bucks to just stick their head in the sand and be like, nope, we're not going to trade you. That would probably be for the best. Because if the wrong team, and we don't have to talk about that tonight, but if the wrong team gets their hands on that guy, it just adds another, and if that team's in the Eastern Conference, it just adds another hurdle. Not saying the Knicks can't get past whatever that team would be. Not saying the Knicks wouldn't be favored against whatever team that might be. But no, this Spurs team, and that's what you're alluding to, Dan. This Spurs team is they're here. They're not. It's not tomorrow. It's not next year. It's not the year after. No, they're here. They're ready now. They are. This team was the team that did. Let's stop on that for a second. The team that the Knicks beat tonight, man. I mean, they ended Oklahoma City's 16-game win streak. There was stuff in the first half of this game, and if you want to say the third quarter too, but really the first half. The first half was like there was like a level of urgency that wasn't quite there. There was like a couple of silly offensive possessions you didn't love. Obviously, they could not stay in front of the fucking ball at all. You want to talk about things you might want to make a trade to address? That's a thing you might want to make a trade to address. The fact that nobody on this team could stay in front of the ball other than OG Anunoby and Deuce McBride when he's healthy. You know, but like it didn't end up costing them. And then the thing that got under my skin to no end in the third quarter, the Spurs I think the Spurs grabbed 7 offensive rebounds in the third quarter alone. Now, obviously, the Knicks turned the tables on the boards in the fourth quarter, and thank God they did. But no, this Spurs team, they have the skill. The team makes sense. They have the guy, they have the second guy, they have the third guy, they have the fourth guy, and I'm purposely not trying to put any of those guys in order. And hey, guess what? Devin Vassell, the guy who was maybe one of the best player on the freaking Spurs tonight, he's probably the fifth guy. Did he lead them in scoring tonight? No, he ended up not having a great night. So he ended up being 4 for 14. Started off like a house on fire. Harper with 21, man. Again, we're talking about a rookie led them in scoring tonight. This team is on the come up. I don't think they have the juice to get to the finals this year, but them, OKC, who knows what Houston? Well, Houston's KD's old, so you know, I don't know. But Spurs and Thunder, that's all you need, you know. So thank God the Knicks are in the East. Thanks, Dan. Drew P, what's going on, Drew? Just feels good to win high-level games. Yeah. Amen to that. Appreciate you, man. Stan Garcia, we did it, John. NBA, parentheses, Cup, close parentheses, champions. Yes. They did it. Hell of a win. Hell of an accomplishment. Raise all the banners you want. Hand out all the trophies you want. Give out all the medals you want. Robert Cross. Hello, Robert. Money Mitch. 15 fucking rebounds. 18 effing minutes. That's right. That is right, Robert. Your guy. Mitchell Robinson. Here's the thing, though, about Mitch, and this is why you love Mitch. This is why you love Mitch. Was it a big game? Yes. Was it arguably the best rebounding stretch of Mitchell Robinson's Knicks career? Yes. Is this one of the 5 best Mitchell Robinson performances that I've seen him play as a Knick? No. It is probably in the top 10. Probably. But again, this is a guy who has won multiple playoff series. He beat the Cavs. And yeah, I would say he beat the Celtics last year. So we know what he's capable of, which is why when you give Jeremy shit for putting Mitch, and even though he hasn't done this in a while, in his cap or no caps, I feel you. I do. Because we know what Mitch can do when he's at his best, and there are very few players in the league that could do what Mitch can do when he's at his best. Thanks, Robert. Mr. Fabro, what's going on? Very sophisticated basketball. I see what you did there, Mr. Fabro. I see what you did. Well, listen, in fairness, Wemby said we know the Knicks are a physical team. 23-6. Come on. I can't get over that number. That's like a fake number. I've never seen a stat like that in my life. 23-6. My Lord. That has to be, I don't know how one would go about finding this out. I would love to know, maybe is Elias Sportsbook still, or Sports whatever still around? Has there ever been a bigger rebounding margin in a single quarter in NBA history than 23-6? Maybe, but can't have been many. Thanks, Mr. Fabro. Matt Nick Scotland. Oh, excuse me. What time is it? It's 12:30. That's okay. I'm going all night. That's what she said. Matt Nick Scotland. Let's fucking go. 4:10 a.m. and I am pumped. Who am I going to complain? It's 12:30. It's 4:10 where you are. I love the NBA Cup. Hang the banner. Yes. Amen. 100%. No notes. Thanks, Matt. IMAK legend, Tyler MFN Kolek. This was fun. The Spurs terrify me. If I got this stressed during the Cup game, I'm so screwed for the playoffs. Everyone on the team came to play tonight. Raise the banner. Let's go Knicks. Cheers. Listen, IMAK. I've been trying. I tried before the game. I tried during the game. And I'm going to try again now to rank this. What did this feel like? Did it feel like an elimination game in a playoff series? No. It did not feel like an elimination game in a playoff series. Did it feel like game 1 of a playoff series? Not quite for me. Not quite for me. Not that. It's not to that level. I would say this felt like, for me personally, watching this game, I think I said this on the watch along, and I'll say it again. This felt like, and I think this is the right comp. This felt like you're up 2-0 in a series, and you have a chance to go up 3-0 and essentially end the series, but not officially end the series. This felt like a game 3 in that specific situation, where it's like right there for you. And if the other team wins, well, now you got yourselves a series. But if you win, then it's pretty much over. That's kind of what tonight, that was what this felt like for me. I'm curious where other people fell in terms of what this felt like for them. And the Spurs should terrify you. The Spurs should terrify the rest of the freaking league. They're here. They're coming. They're the whole thing. And again, their best player did not have a good game tonight. Wembanyama did not have a good game. He had one really great stretch, but he was a -18. And I don't think that was a misnomer. Thanks, IMAK. Jason, what's going on? My guy, Jason. Brown went to a 3-guard lineup and it changed the game. Yes. And when he did it, by the way, when he went to Brunson, Kolek, and Clarkson, and I saw those 3 guys out on the court together, I was like, I said it out loud. I'm like, does he have those 3 together to start the 4th quarter? I was like, no. And he did, and you're completely right. It absolutely changed the game. Hashtag Tibbs would never. No, I mean, I said it for 15 minutes to start the show. Put some motherfucking respect on Kolek's name. The 2024 draft was a success. Let's go Knicks. Listen, if he keeps doing this shit, it was a success, because if you have the 24th pick in the draft or whatever they had, 23rd, 24th, 25th pick, whatever that pick was that became Dadier, and then you have 30 whatever, and I know they've moved around whatever, and then you have the 2 late picks. If you have all that stuff, even if it's 4 picks, and they got 4 picks, you got to end up with, if you end up with one real guy out of those 4 picks, you did great. You did great. I don't care if Tyler Kolek's a real guy. I don't care what AJ Mitchell's doing in Oklahoma City. If Tyler Kolek's a real guy, it's fine. All's forgiven, because you can't kill a team. If your team goes 0 for 4, you could kill him on miss. And like, come on, there were multiple good players that went at that section of the draft, including this dude that would really be helping us out right now. Yeah, if you went 0 for 4, you get only on Rose for that. If you end up with one guy, even if he's the 8th man on a good team, that's fine. That's great. You did good. You did your job. But tonight, big step in that direction. Thanks, Jason. Sam Garcia's dad, what's going on? Sam Garcia's dad. Great to hear from you. Well, my first chip in 52 years. See, this is what I'm talking about. We got a 52-year-old man has never been alive for a Knicks championship of any kind. And he says, let me have my moment. You got it, man. You absolutely have it. You earned it. You've been a Knicks fan for 52 years or 52 months. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy tomorrow. And enjoy, Thursday until 7:00 p.m. because the Knicks are probably going to get beat by about 50 fucking points what are they playing, the Pacers? Because they're not going to sleep tonight, nor should they, by the way. All right. As I see, is he coming on stage? I don't know if he's coming on stage. I see Andrew Claudio in the studio. So I'm just not going to say anything about him until I see him. Michael Aaron, what's going on, Michael? Oh boy. Let's save Michael's super chat. This is great. Is that a real bottle of something? He has 2 bottles.
On and on and on and on. New York, this is for you. The New York Knicks are NBA Cup champions. Latrell Sprewell, Marcus Camby, Larry Johnson, Allen Houston, you have been avenged. We only care about tall buildings, not tall basketball players. Fuck out of here, Wemby. Weight room. Nice rebounding in that fourth quarter. Weight room. You got to get on the Giannis plan. You can't skip leg day. Breaking news. Mitchell Robinson just got another offensive rebound.
Hold on.
John, where'd you go?
I had to get something.
Okay, so he's going to go get something, and it's not
I had to get
my... Oh, look, the NBA Finals
my commemorative program, because I went to game 4 and 5 of the 99 NBA Finals. Let's see who's on here.
They lost both of those games, but tonight
they did.
They got the W. Tyler Kolek, I never doubted you. Don't look at my old tweets or my old podcasts or anything I've ever said.
Anything.
Never
really.
doubted you. Or things I said at Summer League when you were on the court right in front of me. I never doubted you, Tyler Kolek. And it may not count in the record books, but it counts in my heart, Tyler Kolek. So here's the deal, John.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at the screen.
I'm looking at the 99 NBA.
It will be
Finals
there when
program.
I'm not on screen.
Yes.
Okay. So my wife and I have this lovely bottle of rosé that we've been saving for a very special occasion. Birth of our first child, when we buy our first house. And I decided with the Knicks winning their first championship.
Are you really going to do it?
I'm still not going to touch that. I'm instead going to just go back to the Maker's Mark. There's no way I'm touching that.
I'll if you want to give me a sec, I'll go. I forgot to get it.
The joke landed with Kevin, which is what I was going for. John's too busy looking at a program from 1999.
But I have the bottle of Corbel that I'm not opening the bottle.
I'm 100% kidding. I'm not opening a bottle of rosé for an NBA Cup. Having said that, Jonathan.
Yes.
I drink a little Maker's Mark to the New York Knicks, to winning 10 out of 11, if that's all you care about, or being NBA Cup champions. Here's to a outstanding start to the New York Knicks season.
While I have you,
mm-hmm.
One, thank you for hopping on. I know you were not home tonight. You came and you got in your studio to be a part of this. Tonight wouldn't have felt right if you weren't a part of the show.
Oh, of course. I told Kevin I would be on my way. I tried to co-produce, and you still jumped the gun and told everybody that the merch was courtesy of Adam Silver and
I was about to say,
friends at Fanatics.
Number two, I was not given that message about the Fanatics that being Fanatics specific merch beforehand.
It was supposed to be you read the super chat, the FANCASH super chat, and then it says, "Oh, the merch store has FANCASH." It was
that's my fault. That's my
no. The host is supposed to follow the producer.
You know what happens? This is why you don't teach the old dog new tricks, because then the old dog will use the new tricks in ways that he is not supposed to. Shout out to our friends at Fanatics Sportsbook. And again, presenting sponsor of our show. They have been a presenting sponsor of our show for close to a year now, right?
Game 1 of the playoffs last year was when they showed up.
Yeah, but so
that would mean like 5 months.
But it feels like it's been longer.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Well, the Knicks keep winning big games.
There you go.
So as a result, this partnership keeps going.
There you go.
To Fanatics Sportsbook. Shout out to the New York Knicks. Shout out to Tyler Kolek. David Stearns. I hate you forever. Let's go Knicks. NBA Cup champions, baby.
And then the last thing. Wait, no, Andrew, you got to come back up here. Because I need Andrew to see the pain in my eyes as I say this.
Ruh-roh.
I did not appropriately charge my laptop before the watch along, and because this Fakakta thing that I bought before the season, it doesn't do everything you need it to do. I am going to need to switch to my AirPods because you pick. You choose the form of your destructor. Either I lose the mic, I lose the camera, or the computer dies and then I'm not here anymore.
Use your AirPods.
So that means I need to go upstairs and get my AirPods.
Okay.
You need to take a super chat.
I'll take a super chat or two. Sounds good, John.
Don't you love me, Andrew?
So much. I hope I experience all championships and important life moments. With
Andrew,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Maybe with a bottle of Corbel.
There you go.
Who knows?
Oh, Lord.
Oh man, I'm a lightweight. I'm feeling it, Kev. Whew. Okay. How you feeling, Kev?
Feel great. Put up the banner, bro.
They're absolutely hanging. They already said Mike Brown in his celebration speech said what was on the line was hanging a banner at Madison Square Garden. So
I don't know why people care if it's up there. I said if the other two teams that won put up banners, then we should put up a banner.
Mm-hmm.
Mad teams put up banners for every winning the division, they put up a banner.
Right.
The Knicks don't do that. So
the Lakers put it up next to their championship banners. Right. We're absolutely hanging a banner. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll take a super chat. Why not? Michael Aaron. Oh, I think that might have been addressed to John. Just threw my back out. Michael Aaron says, jumping for joy for the NBA Cup. I'm going to need a welfare check at my house if we win in June. I will say, because I went and watched this game tonight out on Long Island with my brother and my dad and my mom, and we got a nice little preview of what it will be like if the Knicks are about to clinch something that is some type of championship. It was the 10th percentile of what it was like, but I was into it. I was very into the end of this game, how they won it. It was as fun as a meaningless win could potentially be. Okay, let's bring Inspector Gadget up here. No, we can't hear you.
Nope.
Okay, now say something else. Okay. How about try it again.
Oh, it's coming. Hold on. It's coming.
It's there. It's
Wait.
there now. We hear you now.
It's there?
Yes.
Now you hear me. So this is fantastic. See, this is us. This is like the Knicks. This is us making it work and figuring things out. Figuring out how, in the face of all odds against us, we still figure out how to persevere and succeed. That's what I'm going with.
We did it, Joe.
Are those the AirPods, or is that?
It's fine. It sounds fine. Don't let him ruin anything else. Don't let him mess with anything else. We're good with how it is. It's fine.
I'll keep my audio notes quiet.
Yeah, we're at the point where I can hear him. We're good. I can hear him. We're good. As you know what? Just let's not talk when he's talking, so then he can be heard. Say something else, John. And now you're frozen. And you look like you're pooping. Did something else happen? Are we finishing the post game without him, Kev?
I feel like his computer died or something.
I feel like we might be finishing the post game without John now. Michael Aaron. Oh no, there's John. Something happened. Okay, you're back.
Listen, again, this was the moment when the Knicks were down 11, and they needed Jordan Clarkson to come in and hit a three.
You have the Jordan Clarkson of audio quality right now.
talking about this basketball game.
And we're talking about this
That's
game.
a great compliment.
That is a great cop. Maybe it's Gershon Yabusele.
The Gershon of audio.
Okay, I'm taking off. So this way,
Yes, sir.
I don't talk over John because he's going to need the cleanest of airspace as possible. Say hello to Michael Aaron and hello to everybody. Caitlin Cooper on the pregame pod on Thursday as we talk about, as John holds up a bottle of Corbel that he's not opening. I'm holding up a bottle of rosé that I'm not opening. And Kevin is almost done with his water. So there you go. It's a $12 bottle of.
Funny story about this. This bottle. Funny story about this bottle. This bottle. We were in my in-laws, as you know, lived out east for not in the Hamptons, Jamesport, for most of the last 10 years. They recently, like within the last year, moved back into their house that they had previously owned and lived in, and my wife grew up in. And we went and visited them there for the first time that they were starting to move back in. And we opened the closet and we saw a bag. I saw a bag with a bottle in it. And I'm like, oh, it's a bottle of something. I want to open. I want to look and see what's in the bag. What's the bottle? And I opened it, and it was this bottle of Corbel champagne. And it said, "Congratulations, Jonathan and Dolores, on your engagement." And it was from an aunt of mine. And we had gotten this as an engagement gift and just left it in my in-laws' house. And it stayed there for about 10 and a half years. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's a bottle of champagne. I'm going to take this. And now I have it, and I'm going to open it right now.
What? Wait, are you really about to do it for the NBA Cup?
Fucking Corbel, Andrew.
Okay, you heard any of that, Kev? Oh, now Kev, I can't hear you. No, Kev, you're actually muted. I don't know if you were doing a bit there.
Yeah,
try and match
that would be funny.
That'd be. Really
I heard
funny.
him say Corbel. I heard him say
Okay.
it's Corbel.
Okay, so it's just Corbel. All right, we'll drink to Kev. You drink your water. I'll drink my Maker's Mark, and John will drink the $12 bottle that he has there. Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in. 3,500 people watching on Twitter and YouTube. 1,235 on YouTube alone. So thank you everybody. John, well, I don't know if this is a connection issue or not.
So funny. One more funny story. Have time for one more funny story?
I'm full of funny stories tonight. Let's do it.
Hub that doesn't charge my computer as much as you would like it to, ideally, that I just disconnected so I could have this set up now and get a little bit more juice. That's also where the wireless connection comes in. So, but you know what? It's going to be totally fun.
Okay, let's drink and then let's pray. Okay. So, he's really popping it. Are you actually popping the bottle? Did it actually go somewhere?
Fucking A.
John really popped the cork. Oh my gosh, she really popped a bottle of champagne.
It got all over the place. It's all over me. God.
Oh Lord!
It looks like someone took a piss on my floor now. Why did they do that?
Because you probably haven't opened it and all the compression and whatever science term it is to say that you just opened a bottle of. Oh my gosh, that's champagne. Then
Corbel.
I don't know the difference, John. I just know that you just got your studio all sticky.
The chat is funny right now.
Yo, I can't with him. It's all
Shout
over
out to
me.
Rich McLeod.
Macri. Michael Aaron, we'll put yours back up later. We promise. When John go get a towel. Oh my God.
I'm going to be right back.
Be right back.
Really?
Please. Be right
It's
back.
going to be right back.
That just happened.
Oh my God!
Look at this. I'm all
Hold
wet.
on,
Can you
hold
see
on.
it?
Let's go to John in a one shot so you can see. You can see this. John's all wet.
Now it's all my Knicks pajamas are all wet.
This
I'm all
screenshot,
wet.
someone screenshot this and post it out of context. John's showing off his pants that are all wet.
No way!
I need a towel. Where did I get a towel?
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Oh
anymore.
my
This is
God,
the
I'm
funniest.
crying.
I hope when the Knicks actually win a title, that it's 10 times more crazy.
Oh,
This
my
is
gosh.
insane. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm
Well, thank you
crying.
everybody for tuning in to the Knicks Film School Postgame Show presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Do you still have
Facts.
the merch that we can put up on screen real quick before we continue with the super chats?
I'll let it back.
Yeah. I will just say, I know you were saying you're more particular to a fitted than a snapback.
Me,
I
yeah.
actually am more of a snapback person, so I'm here for if it's a snapback, either or. I like the blue personally. I like the blue. So this is like this one I'm here for. You know, I'm literally wearing blue now. I go with blue as often as I can. I think this will be the one that I get if I get something. This is the black shirt, and then this is the hat. I'm here for it. For those, I'll say this: the link to the merch is pinned in your YouTube chat if you want to watch it. There you go. John's cleaning his.
It really did get all over the place. Use 5 fucking aprons on this guy.
Oh,
Shout out if you know, you know. We're good.
Jonathan Macri.
I'm good.
Jonathan Macri.
I'm gonna drop out.
It's everywhere. It's basically it exploded everywhere. It's all over me.
God. You really just don't expect it. And then it just starts
And then it just
coming.
explodes. Yeah.
And
then
it does
starts
not
coming.
stop.
Yes.
It does
It
not
starts
stop.
coming and then it doesn't stop. Yes, John.
Goodness gracious. Out of
Okay.
nowhere.
I think we've had enough fun for tonight.
Left
I'm gonna
field. Okay.
get out of here and leave you guys to it.
My hands. Okay.
Do you need to
All
go
right.
wash your hands real quick?
No, no.
You're good?
No.
Okay.
No, I like the smell.
I'm gonna
It
stop,
reminds
man.
reminds me of where I've been.
I like the smell.
Things the nostrils.
God, I'm not gonna lie to you. That smells like pure gasoline.
Hey, yo.
Okay, then I'm just gonna one more time a controlled drink of Maker's Mark.
Lord.
There you go. There you go, John.
All right.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your post game. Don't spill anything else.
Ah,
Sure.
man. Hope my mom is watching tonight. I think
Wait,
she'd be
so-
really proud.
So let me you didn't see this one from Michael Aaron.
Michael Aaron, we're ready here. Okay. Hi, Michael. How are you? Just threw my back out, jumping for joy for the NBA Cup. I'm going to need a welfare check at my house if we win in June. No, man, I this is definitely let me know that I will not be prepared for how I will feel and the emotions and liquids that will pour out of me and the bottles around me if the Knicks actually win a championship. So, yeah, very, very much so. Thanks, Michael. Big Rick Nick. What's going on, Big Rick Nick? Anyone ever ask their partner's wives if they think Brunson is hot and they say no and you get the ick? Hashtag asking for a friend. Who did I have a conversation with about my wife the other day? It was not about a Nick, but it was about an athlete. Oh, it was about Josh Allen. We were talking about Josh. Oh, yeah, because Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld, who I'm a very big fan of, announced the birth of their child. And I was like, oh, it's going to be a good-looking kid. My wife was like, yes, it is. I have no idea if my wife thinks Jalen Brunson is attractive. I don't think there's anything wrong with you asking your partner or wife if they find Jalen Brunson attractive. I think that's fine. I don't think my wife finds him attractive. I think my wife finds Josh Hart attractive. I know she found Tim Hardaway Jr. attractive. That I know. I don't know anybody else. Yeah. Thanks, Big Rick Nick. Another one. Oh, no, the same one. Thomas Fitzpatrick. What's going on, Thomas? How are you? Hey, Wemby. Was that sophisticated enough for you? That really pissed me off, by the way, before the game. Seeing that quote, they're not sophisticated. Fuck off. And I can say that because I went to Paris this summer. build the Kolek statue, respect the cup, raise the banner. Yeah, absolutely. No, in all seriousness, I do like that Wemby has some shit to him. I like that he's not afraid to talk a little shit. I like the fact that he, is kind of battling the European soft stereotype, the whole thing. But listen, man, you got to know when to pick your spots. And there was no need to say that the Knicks offense was not sophisticated when you did in the way that you did. And specifically, and that's the funniest part, to compare them to like, oh, they're not sophisticated like the Oklahoma City Thunder. All they do is play iso ball. That's all they did. That's all they did on their way to the championship last year. And because they have the greatest defense in the history of defenses, and because they have some of the best isolation players, including maybe the best isolation player in the sport today, they could play that way, and it doesn't fucking matter. But, like, I can't count the number of times Benji Ritholtz said to me last year during the playoffs, like, there's nothing creative about this Thunder offense. It's just, like, it's kind of basic. So go take your sophisticated and, shove it where the sun don't shine. Thanks, Thomas. Sorry, I take a sip of the Corbel. I opened the Corbel. Now I got to drink the Corbel, and I still have my Weller here. So tonight's going to be a night. Sam Garcia, Tyler Kolek, hashtag cold ass white boy. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Will Tyler Kolek be in the running for Anthony Edwards White Boy of the Year? I believe Timothy Chalamet got that honor last year. Maybe Tyler Kolek can snatch it from Timothy Chalamet. By the way, Timothy Chalamet, if you're watching, or if anybody watching this knows Timothy Chalamet, my understanding is Timmy has a movie coming out called Marty Supreme, which is going to be quite good. And I saw Karl Anthony Towns wearing a Marty Supreme jacket a few weeks ago. Very smart bit of marketing. Timmy, what would even be a better marketing ploy is to come on the most listened to Knicks podcast in the world and talk real ball as opposed to all like this little nonsense that you talk in these PR appearances and whatnot. Doors wide open for you. So come on, talk about how much fun it was for you to watch the Knicks win the NBA Cup. And you can talk about Marty Supreme. You talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. Just throwing that out there. Okay. Thanks, Sam. Robert Cross with another one. I will be back to send dozens of super chats in a bit, John. Please, God, no, Robert. Need to go to the hydro massage at PF. I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know what that means. You do all the massages you want, Robert. Thank you. Next up, Rich McLeod. Hello, Rich. How are you? Shout out to Just Mets podcast. Best moment of the night was John nervously yelling, "Don't celebrate yet," when the Knicks had the ball up 8 with 32 seconds to go. That's a real thing that happened. Runs deep. More like Victor Wembanyama. I see what you did there. No, man. Look, I didn't need game 1 of last year to give me PTSD because I already had it from game 1 30 years earlier, almost to the day, So that was the day of my 12th birthday party, 8 points in 8.9 seconds. So you're telling me 32 seconds to go, 32 seconds, a lot more than 8.9 seconds. So Rich McLeod, my friend, do not give me shit for having a little PTSD. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and the game is over when the clock reads all zeros, but not a moment sooner. So I remember this. Yeah, it's been a while for you. How you doing, man? First super chat of the season. There we go. Glad they got the job done. Kolek and JC stepping up. OG showing out. Can't wait to see how the media moves the goalposts for this one and see how the team will continue to prove them wrong. Let's go Knicks. I'll tell you right now. You want me to give you a preview of how the national media is going to react to this win? I'm going to tell you right now, and you're not going to like it. It's going to be great win for the Knicks. Very nice new coach. Nice accomplishment for them. Nice stepping stone en route to what they hope will be their first run to the NBA Finals in 26 years. But oh my goodness, this Spurs team, boy oh boy, you better watch out. You better not cry because, Santa Wemby's coming to town. Look, they're going to be blowing so much smoke up the Spurs' ass for making it to this point and having commanded this game through three quarters. They're going to be like, the Spurs, they couldn't close it out in the fourth quarter because they're a young team, but what great experience for them. And the next time they're in this situation, they're going to reflect back on this and they're going to use this and they're going to yada, yada, yada. This is going to be made to be a game about the Spurs more than about the team that actually won the game. I'll tell you right now. That's what's going to happen. Because you know why? Here's why. Yeah, talking about the Knicks to some extent brings ratings and clicks and views and downloads and all of the stuff in a certain context. Talking about the Knicks in this context, where it's like, oh, the Knicks, veteran team, good team, been here for 5 years. They did the thing that they're supposed to do. Congratulations. That's boring. That's not going to move any needles. So they're going to make this about the Spurs. They're going to make this about the up-and-coming team. They're going to make this about a learning experience for Wembanyama. They're going to make this about Dylan Harper, rookie point guard scoring the most points in the game, Vassell having a nice game, or Castle. That's what they're going to make it about. I'm telling you right now. It's going to happen. And you just got to, again, who gives a fuck? What does it matter? Doesn't matter. Thanks, Ignacio. What's going on, Oscar? Total team effort. Tyler John Kolek. Is that really his middle name? I had no idea until right now that was his middle name. And Jordan Taylor Clarkson also didn't know. Especially, can't forget about OG and Mitch. Let's go Knicks. Let's go KFS. We, the champs. We are the champs. And that's why every time somebody says champs or anything like champs, I'm going to take another sip of my bottle of Corbel champagne. To us 11 years ago. So I bet this bottle was worth when I opened it. At least. What's up? What's going on? Thank you, Greg, for the generous contribution. You can make the argument that Kolek won this game. Clarkson showed why they signed him. The San Antonio Spurs allowing us to hang around fueled us for the fourth quarter run. New York needed to taste winning something to prove that they could do it in June. Did they need to taste it? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out in June, I guess, and we'll find out if they do win the championship. Will they, in interviews be like, yeah, winning the NBA Cup really gave us, a little bit of belief. As far as the Spurs allowed us to hang around and fueled us for the fourth quarter run, some things that I thought were really important. Every one of his baskets in the moment that it happened was absolutely massive. because there were, the Knicks clearly, did not. We're not at their best in the first half. I would actually say that I don't know that I would say that any Knick in the first half played half other than OG Anunoby. He was really the one guy. So he was the biggest one there. And then in the third quarter, and I didn't mention this before when I praised him, and I should have, Karl-Anthony Towns scored 7 straight points before he went out with the calf injury. In the moment, and I know the Knicks eventually went down by more points, but in the moment, those Karl-Anthony Towns points, it was a 3 and then 2 consecutive 2s, including one that was like going to be a turnover, but it bounced off somebody and ended up back in his hands, and he put it in. Really, really important. And then the last thing I want to mention, and again, this was as Wemby was completely going off in the game. OG Anunoby had a block, the one block that gave us, that won that bet for, I think it was Jeff. And then shortly thereafter, that was followed by a Tyler Kolek floater that made it 82-77. Again, little moments there throughout the entire course of the game, often involving OG Anunoby, where it felt like the Spurs should have pulled away, and then the moments that changed the game. I really do think, if I'm looking back on it, the back-to-back threes from Clarkson and Kolek, the first to make it 92-84, and then the next one to make it 92-87. I think I might go so far as to say those were the 2 most important shots in the game. I think so, because it gave them some momentum in a game where they, at that point in the game, they had no business being in the game. And then after that second 3, it pulled them to within 5. Massive. Thanks, Greg Film Stuff. Oh, I think do we have it? No, not that one. There it is. So this is brilliant. Truly brilliant by Mike Brown. OG Anunoby, defensive player of the game. As many have said, OG Anunoby could have won defensive player of the game in every game that he's played this season. Or let's say 75% of the games he's played this season. Obviously, that would defeat the purpose of the award, because the whole point is to make someone who contributes on that end of the floor in a meaningful way, #meaningful, to feel like, hey, yeah, maybe this didn't show up in the box score, but we got you. We see you. Your teammates appreciate you. Your coaching staff appreciates you. So, again, to give it to OG Anunoby after every one of those games would be like, what's the point? They, on this stage, in this game, with this much on the line, I wouldn't even have cared if OG Anunoby had his worst defensive game of the year. Tonight is the night you give the fucking defensive player of the game to OG Anunoby. Of course he earned it, because tonight's the night where it's like, this was on the big stage. And it leaves no doubt that the defensive backbone of this team, with all due respect to Mitchell Robinson, with all due respect to Mikal Bridges, with all due respect to Josh Hart, with all due respect to Deuce McBride, with all due respect to anybody you want to give respect to, OG Anunoby is the defensive backbone of the team. And I'm really, really thrilled that he got the designation tonight, as he should have. Shout out to you, OG. Well done. Long John Silver, great name. I watched Alonzo Trier and Langston Galloway. You can't take this from me. Look, if the Knicks ever win a championship, God willing, in the not-too-distant future, we will go through the full list of names. And let me just say, neither Langston Galloway nor Alonzo Trier will be. They will certainly not be on the top 10. And dare I say they will not be in the top 20. Now, and let me just clarify. I'm not throwing names out there of guys who were scrubs, who were brought here and were just crappy NBA players and, appeared in a dozen games or 10 games or 8 games or whatever and played 5 or 6 or 8 minutes a night or whatever. No. That list will be composed of guys that we were, as Knicks fans, told you should believe in this player. You should root for this player. You should invest your emotional, spiritual, metaphysical energy in this player. And that list is going to be a lengthy list, and I think it might go 10 to 20 deep before you get to guys like Alonzo Trier and Langston Galloway. Because I got to tell you, Langston Galloway, he actually gave me something as a Knicks fan. Alonzo Trier actually gave me a little something as a Knicks fan. Now, maybe, Long John Silver, and this is where I'm going to bring it back around to you, maybe that's your point. Maybe your point is that for the better part of 20 years, the best things about being a Knicks fan were guys like Langston Galloway and Alonzo Trier. Not so much I was forced to root for these players because they were so bad, but these were the only things that I had to hang my hat on. To which I will respond, great job by you, because that is completely fair and accurate. And yes, it is what makes nights like this a night where you have to just turn around and be like, fuck it. I don't care who makes fun of me for it. I don't care who gives me shit for it. We're going to celebrate and we're going to have a great time and we're not going to feel bad about it. Thanks, Long John Silver. Anthony Sixto, our unsophisticated offense won a cup and it's going to win a chip. Hashtag Kolek up. I like Kolek up. Kolek up is good. I hope they win a chip, Anthony, man. You ain't never seen Unhinged until you see me the night that they win a chip. I'll just say that. Thanks, Anthony. Sergio Escobar. Is Tom Thibodeau okay? You know what? I'm sure he's fine. How much money has he got in the bank from for not coaching basketball games? He's fine. Hashtag JK, hashtag let's fucking go. I mean, I love Tibbs. Love Brown even more. Look, would Mike Brown have been the right coach for the team in 2020? Probably not. Was Tibbs the right coach for the team in 2020? I think you could argue, and you should argue, yes. The right coach for this team this year, I feel very comfortable saying, was not Tom Thibodeau. And that's not because I don't think Tom Thibodeau is a great coach. Obviously, everybody listening to this who's ever watched this show before knows that I do think Tom Thibodeau is a great coach. Great. Not good. Great. He was not the right coach for this team this year. That was never a question for me. The question for me was, is Mike Brown the right coach? And it had nothing to do with Mike Brown's credentials or what Mike Brown brought to the table or any of that sort of thing. It was, is his specific brand of leadership going to jive with whatever this locker room is right now? And I think when you heard the Jason Kidd rumors, Jason Kidd, I'm sure he's a wonderful X's and O's guy. That's not why they were looking at Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was at the top of their list because they believed Jason Kidd brought a gravitas and a cult of personality with him that would, galvanize this group to a degree that they needed to be galvanized and the buy-in and the whole thing. doing it in front of our faces, before our very eyes. I don't know that you would find a more galvanized team in the league right now than these Knicks under this head coach. So, look, there's a reason I spent whatever it was, 10, 15 minutes on him to open the postgame. He deserves it. Absolutely. Thanks, Sergio. Paul McFarlane, what's going on, Paul? I'll just copy Cap and give credit to Mitch, OG, JC, and Kolek. Well, that's why he's the captain, right? That's why he's the captain, because he is going to put the praise exactly where you want him to put the praise. And that's why he's the leader. And again, it's not like he waited. It's not like he did it in front of the podium. No, he literally was like, the first question, before I answer that question, and then he gave the praise, as he should. Hart, also a classic, no, yes, 3 to keep the Spurs at a safe distance. Wrote it down. Hart 3, I gave it 3 exclamation points, made it 115-107. Massive 3. What, maybe the most important fourth quarter 3 of the game. Nation Ferg, my guy. I'll see you tomorrow night for the town hall, I hope. The fourth quarter is what we've been waiting for all year. They bucked up and defended and dominated the glass on both ends. The cup is great. Now go get the chip. I'm buying the hat. We'll wear it proudly. Again, shout out to Fanatics. You could use FanCash to get that hat. I will be using my FanCash to get that hat. I actually kind of want to look up right now how much FanCash I have. I'm not even shitting you. Because if I have enough to get the hat just with FanCash, then I am going to not spend money, because who the hell wants to do that? I have, based on all of my assorted wagers, look at this. I have over $10 in FanCash. I'm halfway to the freaking hat. I love that. What we've been waiting on all year. City. And it came from Kolek and Clarkson and Mitch. Those 3 guys. Say defense into offense. And here's where I'll give you why it's been what we've been waiting all year. Screen. And yeah, the defender who was in help position was not in an opportune position to get back out on the shooter. Effort on the defensive end was there for the entirety of that fourth quarter. You cannot point to me one fourth quarter possession. I want to go back and rewatch it, but based on my memory, I do not remember one fourth quarter possession where you could point to any individual Knick defender on any possession and say, that guy didn't give his all. Every single person wearing a Knick uniform who stepped foot on the court in the fourth quarter gave everything they had on the defensive end. Is that what it's going to take for this team to ultimately win the championship? Maybe. Is that a little bit of a scary thought? Because you can't, it's really, really, really hard to put forth that level of defensive effort for, 24 minutes, let alone 36 minutes, let alone 48 minutes. Yeah, it's really fucking hard. Are they going to need to put forth that level of defensive effort? Can they? Are they deep enough? The thing that I am hopeful about is I did not think this was a good offensive game for them at all. I know they got an awesome OG Anunoby offensive game. There's a below average Jalen Brunson offensive game. This was I would say it was a below average Josh Hart offensive game. Slightly below average, but below average. I thought offensively, Cat was fine, maybe a little above average. And then Mikal Bridges, this is probably is one of his worst offensive games of the season. So 4 of your top 5 players on offense, or 4 of your top 5 players, had either average, maybe slightly above average, to below average, or well below average offensive games. They still put up 124 points, right? And they and again, they won the game with one really strong quarter of defense. But together is a great sign if you believe these Spurs are a representative sample of the level of competition that they will face come May and June, and I believe that they are. I'm that impressed by this San Antonio team. Thanks, Haitian. Appreciate you, man. EO Peace. What's going on, EO Peace? Knicks win. Don't trash Cat. Why would I trash Cat? Again, given that he came back in the game with a calf injury, there's Brunson is 6th on the depth chart for me for potential stars of the game. And I feel, frankly, awful not giving Cat some love. But I just don't know how I do that. Fought hard, had an important 5-point swing. Now let's stay on track. Season's not over. Well, no, obviously. It's not over. A long way to go. But yeah, pretty good so far. Yasmin, NBA Cup champs. Knicks for life. Film school, baby. I love it. Amen to every word. Thanks, Jay. Anthony Sixto with another one. One more. Keeping a level head throughout adversity is becoming their superpower. Spurs went all out early and got gassed. Knicks closed. That's, I think, a function of who their team is, who their main guys are. And I also just think it's kind of part of the culture at this point. They've been through all the battles. They've seen the worst, and they live to tell about it. You know, there's literally nothing they haven't been through. There's nothing they haven't seen. There's nothing they haven't experienced. They know they're never out of any game. Shout out Boston game 1. Shout out Boston game 2. You know, being down 11 late in the third quarter is like, all right, you know, and you know, a team that's going to win a championship, you need that. You need that, you know, because you're probably not going to be the 96 Bulls or the 2017 Warriors or the 2013 Heat, and even the Heat were in those situations. What I was going to say was, like, teams that, like, never face that level of adversity. You're always going to face adversity, almost always, if you're going to get to a championship. So vitally important that they get more reps with this stuff. Thanks, Anthony. Kevin Danishevsky with another one. Thank you, Kevin. Thank God we could do away with the Knicks haven't developed a player since Deuce talking point with Tyler Colette. Also, want to shout out Josh for being him tonight. Yeah, Josh was fun. Was it a great game? No, he was fun. Can we do away with it? Is this it? Can we do away with it? Kevin, you're saying yes. If it was just tonight, I would say no. But I think the fact that it was tonight, combined with the fact that we have been seeing snippets of this for several weeks now. Not 100% consistency, but pretty good consistency. Snippets. And then more than snippets. And now tonight, arguably the player of the game. So, yeah, I would love to do away with that, and let's hope it keeps going. Thanks, Kev. Precocious Salmon, my favorite YouTube screen name. Hang the banner. Coach Brown has this group bought in and playing with joy. Damn it, I'm starting to believe. Let's fucking go, KFS fam. Well, you are fam to us. Everybody out there, it's 1:30 in the morning. There are 3,400 people watching. Shout out to all of you. If you are a watcher and you are a supporter of Knicks Film School, do us a favor. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on the pod. And if you really dig what we're doing, take an extra 2-3 minutes out of your day. Literally, that's all it takes. Leave us a review. Leave us a comment. Leave us anything that lets other folks know, hey, those folks at Knicks Film School, they have decent output when it comes to this Knickerbocker basketball team. Yes, they're bought in. Yes, they're playing with joy. Yes, they have belief. And fuck it, yes, hang the banner. Like, what's the worst that could happen? They hang a banner. And 2025 NBA Cup champions. Like, what? What? It's gonna be a thing on talk shows. Stephen A. Smith is going to do his thing that he does when he wants to get paid a few more millions of dollars and do his little rant. Who gives a fuck what anybody says? Raise the banner. Raise the banner. Get on the loose. You did a thing. Honor it. Thanks, Precocious Simon. Anthony with an OU. Kolek gave the Spurs a, wait for it, Koleknoscopy. Koleknoscopy. I don't know about the ring. I think it's cleaner if you do colon, like KOLE, colonoscopy. I know you feel like you need the last K, but it's so much cleaner. Then again, colonoscopies, maybe not clean. But yes, he did give them a colonoscopy in the fourth quarter. Good job by him, and good job by you. Thanks, Anthony. Uptown Hoodie, what's going on, Uptown? The Cup. Shout out to Indiana Jones on The Last Crusade, my favorite featuring of a cup in any film ever. A breath of fresh air and a big contrast to the slog of the regular season and the best of 7 playoff format, which produces too many blowouts. Well, I'm trying to think, how many blowouts were there last year in the playoffs? With the Knicks, at least. There were a lot of blowouts in the blowouts. I'm trying to think with the Knicks in general. Or the Knicks specifically. I don't remember any blowouts against the Pistons. Hey, hold on. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. With Wi-Fi now because I don't know my laptop properly. Look, the cup is great. They don't want to, but if you want to invest it and you want to get excited about it, these last 3 games, Knicks Magic, Spurs Thunder, Knicks Spurs. These are 3 of the 20 best basketball games that have been played in the NBA this year, given the stakes. Given the quality of the teams. So, like, what's not to love? It is a breath of fresh air. The regular season is kind of a slog, but you gotta deal with it. So, thanks, Uptown. Varun, what's going on, Varun? Some love for the KFS team. Why? Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. I don't know if this is a Tibbs thing, but the resiliency to lock down on defense when it's nut crunching time is unreal. Great to see the image of Cat and JB walking down with the trophy. I mean, look, did Tibbs have something to do with the fact that the team has a level on defense that, you know, they reached tonight in the fourth quarter? I'm sure he did. The guys that popped for me were Tyler Kolek and Jordan Clarkson on defense. Jordan Clarkson never played for Tibbs. Tyler Kolek was on the team with Tibbs. Never really played. And then Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson digging deep and being the best version of himself. Listen, Tibbs taught Mitch a lot about defense, about different aspects of the game. That ain't why Mitchell Robinson dug down deep tonight. That's inside of Mitchell Robinson. So, look, again, Tibbs instrumental for laying the foundation, a culture of winning, a culture of taking your shit seriously. All that's the case. You need the players. You need the players to have the approach. This team has the players that have the correct approach. So, not trying to on this club and because he meant the world to what they did while he was here. This is about the team that's here right now. This is about Mike Brown and his staff and this roster. And it's time to look forward and appreciate it and enjoy it. If they are, Mr. McBagels, a comeback win is a poetic way for us to get the win. Now? Yes? No? Now we're good. Okay. so that what I just did, that didn't work. I'm not going to do that again. Young KGO. What does this do for JB in the all-time Knicks convo? Man. Anything, if I'm being honest. I think your all-time Knicks convo, as of right now, it's Ewing, Reed, Frazier in some order, 1 through 3. In fourth, coming into tonight, you still have Jalen Brunson fourth. He is not third or higher. If you had Jalen Brunson fifth coming into tonight, behind, just to throw a name out there, Dave the Busher, I don't think anything that happened tonight or in the last week with them winning the quarters, winning the semis, and now winning this game, I don't think that puts Jalen Brunson ahead of like a Dave the Busher. So to me, sat down and really thought about it enough whether Jalen Brunson for me, this is just me, at this point is my personal fourth greatest Knick of all time or fifth greatest Knick of all time. Those two. Because I had Melo as my number 5 Knick when I did my rankings, I think it was 4 years ago. And I think Brunson has surpassed Melo. So by definition, Brunson is at least my number 5. Number 5. Dave the Busher, I mean, Dave the Busher is a top 75 all-time player who was one of the 3 most important players on 2 Knick championship teams, was arguably the greatest perimeter defender of his generation. And, I mean, do you want to talk about the heart and soul of those teams? All of those teams. did not have to do for those teams on offense what Jalen Brunson has to do for these teams, it's becoming more of a conversation. Let's just say that. Does tonight nudge it in that direction? Yeah, it might nudge it 1% or 2% in that direction. Ultimately, I think see what he does with this upcoming playoff run, then I will be then. Well, I mean, look, depending on what happens in this playoff run, there's a chance that Brunson. I don't want to say it out loud right now, but depending on what happens with the Knicks in April, May, and God willing, June, some very, very enjoyable yet difficult conversations involving Jalen Brunson. For right now, though, OG, the most important piece on this team. I mean, I said it 3 or 4 weeks ago. Andrew Claudio made a clip out of it. Clip got a lot of traction. Not all of it good. I was happy to say the words because I believe them. I believe that OG Anunoby deserves to be in the conversation for the most important Knick. And I think if you look at the numbers, that OG Anunoby belongs in that conversation. You know, tonight he did it in a different way than he often does it. It's a testament to OG. It's Brunson and OG in some order, 1 and 2. That's it. Brian Less, what's going on, Brian? Glorious final game ever without nonstop Hackman. Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't go to it. They didn't. I was happy they didn't. That's all I got to say about that. Thanks, Brian. Nicholas Bruziniak. I hope I got that right. Let's go Knicks. This game proved this team can turn up the intensity as a collective unit. This cup run showed the physical, mental fortitude of guys 1 through 8. Yes, it did, number one. Number two, here's a name we haven't said tonight. Gershon Yabusele did not participate in this basketball game. Not an accident. Gershon, thank you for participating. You seem like an awesome teammate. I mean that. You seem like an awesome teammate. We're going to win the NBA Cup and that Gershon Yabusele wouldn't have played a minute in the championship game, I would have been like, oh, he must be injured. He's not. So that situation deserves or needs. The thing I really want to point out, yes, it was 1 through 8 tonight, but they were missing 2 guys in their normal top 8 in Deuce McBride and Landry Shamet. So you could really, truly, honestly say this team goes a legit 10 deep when healthy. And that's not even considering the guy that they signed using their mid-level exception this summer, who I hope they could turn into something before the deadline that could actually help them. Thanks, Nicholas. Matthew Giantini, I hope I got that right. If they get, oh my God, what are the odds? If they could turn Yabu into something real, well, look at that. Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. I think they will because they don't have a choice, because this is not a team that can afford to have $5+ million sitting on the bench, not contributing to wins. They're just not. They're not. They're a good team. They may be a great team. They look like a great team tonight in the fourth quarter, at least. They cannot afford to have that salary slot go essentially unused. Not if they're trying to win a championship. Thanks, Matthew. Hush, what's going on, Hush? Absolutely earned. Applause for everyone. Extend Mitch. Keep Kolek. This team has it in them, man. I love you, OG. I love you, Cap. We deserve this. Let's go, Knicks. I mean, hanging in the loop. All caps. Every letter. Capital letter. Love me some capital letters. Thanks, Hush. PQ, what's going on, PQ? Kudos to Coach Brown for sticking with Clarkson, Kolek, and Mitch. They don't win without those contributions from the bench. By the way, Yabu is useless. Oh, boy, we're getting off all the Yabu takes right now. It's my fault. I brought him up. He has not given them what they've needed. It's a really unfortunate situation that they just played this great game and had this wonderful win. And a guy that they were counting on to be a big, significant part of the team this year can't even get off the bench. And if you would have asked me before this game, was Yabu going to get in, I would have said no. And I think I actually – hold on. Because anytime I can give myself a pat on the back, you know I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. When did I text this? Earlier today. I can't find it right now. I swear I texted somebody being like, I don't think that Yabu will play today. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Otherwise, I promise you I'd show you guys. But I did not think he would get off the bench. I really didn't. Didn't think he would get off the bench. I knew the mentality Brown was going into this game with. I knew he was playing to win. I knew it mattered to him. I knew it mattered to the team. Yabu played 4 minutes the last game. It didn't go well. Like, it's the Cup championship. You could find 4 minutes somewhere. And by the way, he did. He found 2 minutes with a 40. And that's kind of where he got it from. Anyway, good stuff. Thank you, PQ. Kells, what's going on, Kells? All this without two huge pieces in Deuce and Shamet. I mean, huge for them. Huge for them. If the world knew the two of our best shooters didn't even play. Yeah, well, look, there's no reason to harp on it, the Shamet part of it. The Deuce part, to win this game without Deuce, man, to impressive against this Spurs team specifically, to win this game without Deuce, massive accomplishment. Really. Makes it go up like, I don't know, 30%, 40% in my estimation. Really, a goodly percent. Because they needed him against this team. They didn't have him. It showed that they didn't have him for the first three quarters, and they kept close enough that they could bring it home. Thanks, girls. Ziad Raheem. What's going on, Ziad? So proud of this team. Yeah, good. Thank you. I don't think I've said that. Thank you for saying that. If nothing else, we will always have the images of the confetti and the squad raising the trophy up. They are battle-tested and they don't give up. I love this team. They have that 23-24 team spirit. Seems like they do. It seems like they do. And, the last thing I'll say here, and it literally just hit me now. The Lakers, not all of the Lakers, obviously, but several prominent Lakers at the time, including LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they had already won the NBA championship before they won the NBA Cup. Milwaukee, again, not all of them, but several important pieces, including Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, not Giraldo, but Bobby Portis, probably forgetting someone. Those guys had won the NBA championship prior to winning the NBA Cup. And I say that to say that the downturn in the seasons of those two respective teams, I don't know. When those teams had already scaled the full mountaintop, I don't know if it's fair to be like, yeah, look where their seasons went after the cup. The Knicks have not scaled the mountaintop yet. So I wonder, will this cup win have a slightly different effect on them than it did on the Lakers and the Bucks? We'll see. We'll see. No, my guy, Mark. He's not producing tonight, but he's always producing in spirit. What an incredible game. I also got yelled at for being too loud. Question: which player do you feel gained the most juice from their overall NBA Cup tournament performance moving forward? Who are your top 3 nominees? What a great question. I will go with Kolek 1 because I probably viewed him as not a rotation player before the quarters, and when they were fully healthy, and now it's like, I guess you got to play this guy. So Kolek 1, Juice. There's part of me that wants to say OG because OG was really good for some of these games. At 2, Cats play in all 3 games. Again, even with the stat line not being great against Toronto, I was so impressed with Cats play in all 3 games. I think he's got some real momentum moving forward. So I will go Kolek 1, Cat 2. I don't know that OG needed, OG's fucking awesome. I don't think he needs it. I don't think Brunson needs it. I don't think they gained much juice. So I will go for number 3. Purely for tonight. Purely for tonight. That was such an impressive showing, and maybe that's. We'll see. At 2, Clarkson 3. Final answer. Great question, Mark. Great question. What's going on, Aunt Rich? I owe Kolek an apology. When your top 2 bench players are out and the bench still wins you the game against a team as good as San Antonio, that's something to be proud of. Here's a good question. When we think back on this game in a year, in 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years, are we thinking back like, oh, yeah, when the Knicks won the NBA Cup? Or are we thinking about this as the Tyler Kolek game? I'm dead serious. Will we remember tonight as the Tyler Kolek game? Based on how fans are reacting right now, really not. NBA Cup and all, I'm not ruling out that we're going to remember tonight as the night that Tyler Kolek emerged as a major force for this franchise. But maybe getting a little ahead of my skis there. Thanks, Aunt Rich. Next up, Parrish Tucker. What's going on, Parrish? I have not read a word of your super chat yet, and already I am petrified. It's the clutch. KFS crew, great coverage. Okay, so far so good. Now, Kolek never sees the floor with the other coach. I said it. I said it before you said it, Parrish. I said it before you said it. I beat you to it. I was correct about him. About Kolek, I'm assuming. Yes. The prosecution rests. Okay. Salute to Tibbs, though. Heart emoji. you wrote. Let's end the season right now. This is a high point. Can't get better than this. Thanks, Parrish. Appreciate you, man. You Spree, what's going on, you? You messaged me with your real name. Love this team. Love KFS. Starting to really love Tyler Kolek. Short and sweet, but very generous contribution by you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And no disagreement. I love the team too. It's a let me quick 20-second side track. Let's remember this feeling of loving this team and appreciating this team and believing in this team and all those things when they have a 3-game losing streak in the middle of March or something. Because guess what, guys? It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. So bottle these vibes. Remember these vibes. Tuck these vibes away in the places where you need to tuck them. And just rely on them when the going gets tough. Because the going will get tough. I promise. Thanks, you Spree. Aunt Rich with another one. I'm pretty sure I spotted. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. I'm pretty sure I spotted Yabusele hitting the prime rib buffet at Palace Station. So I don't know what Palace Station is. I would assume it is the buffet at a major hotel / casino on the Las Vegas Strip. I don't know that for certain. He's doing his best right now. That's all I can say. And that's all I have to say. And we're moving on. Thanks, Ant. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you. Riyadh, is Mikal struggling against physicality a thing? No. He had begging. Mikal Bridges is fine. He should not be someone that dribbles into non-drop coverage, consistently, because that's probably not going to be a formula for success. But no, I don't think. I think it's an overgeneralization to say that he struggles against physical defenses. Thanks, Riyadh. JJK, what's going on, JJK? Love this effing team. Love Cap. Love Mitch. Love Mikal Bridges. Love Mike Brown. Sticking with JC, Tibbs would never. You're right. Is winning the cup more impressive than making the Eastern Conference Finals this year? No. No. Making the Eastern Conference Finals, despite the fact that they are favored to come out of the East, despite the fact that they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and despite the fact that they, frankly, should not be afraid of anyone in this Eastern Conference, despite all of those things, to win multiple playoff rounds series against, again, the way the East is shaping up, there are like 8, maybe 9 like real teams in the Eastern Conference. Maybe that's a little bit much. Let's say 6 or 7. Given all that, if you are going to win 2 rounds, that's no disrespect. Again, this isn't about disrespecting this accomplishment. It's why I said what I said at the beginning. This is not about disrespecting this accomplishment. It's about putting all of this stuff in context. If you win 8 playoff games to get to the conference semis, it goes above winning 3 cup games to win the cup championship. For me. Others may disagree, but that's for me. Thanks, JJK. Dom Cappuccini, I know you're as happy as a clam, man. Enjoy it. Soak it in. Beaming with pride. The fourth quarter. I can't wait to talk about it with friends tomorrow night on the KFS Town Hall. Love you all and good night. No, I can't wait either. My plan for tomorrow, I got a full content day tomorrow. I've been trying to book the last couple of days. I was kind of anticipating this win. And I'm trying to book someone very special who would join me tomorrow for a special live daytime show on the Knicks Film School Podcast Network here, seeing if I can pull that off. But going to be going on with Brandon London in the morning, going to be going on potentially be a guest on KFS After School at some point. X's and O's is tomorrow night, but those guys don't need me, thankfully. So we got a lot of stuff going on. My hope tomorrow is to catch a nap at some point because I know I'm not going to be getting any sleep tonight. And then I will be ready with that nap for the KFS Town Hall. Shout out to all of our patrons in the Monroe tier who will be there tomorrow. Thanks, Tom. Mark Sable, my guy, out in California. Once a friend of the pod, always friend of the pod, former pod guest. Best win of the season, best Hanukkah present ever. Happy holidays to you and the rest of the KFS crew. Cheers to you, Mark. Appreciate you as always, man. Parrish Duggar, hope you guys show more faith doing future games now. More faith. Parrish. No. Final buzzer. That's when I celebrate. No, there's no faith. The faith is no. Final buzzer. That's when we show the faith. Appreciate you. M347. What's going on, M? I can already see the sentiment out there that we shouldn't celebrate this. At that, celebrate well, guys. We fucking deserve this more than anyone. I gotta be honest with you, AM. I would be so fine if these guys went out, didn't sleep, were partying all through tomorrow, and Mike Brown sat all of his starters for Thursday on the first night of a back-to-back against a team that, frankly, is not good. And that, like, if they just played the starters and the starters were, like, kind of going half speed, they would probably win, although I'm not putting it past the Pacers. Pacers have been playing better ball lately, and Pascal Siakam is absolutely making an all-star case. I'd be totally fine if Mike Brown sat his guys on Thursday. Totally. 100%. Do I think he will? Probably not. I'd be fine. But they should celebrate. And yes, we do deserve this more than anyone. Thanks, AM. I-95 Bully, my guy. Long time KFS page supporter. That Clarkson pick paid off in the second half. Yeah, man, it's a minimum contract. You know, minimum contracts, you never know. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what the guy's salary was before. Doesn't matter what he's done in the past. If a guy's on a minimum contract, you're hoping, right? You're hoping that he could be a meaningful part of your rotation. Tonight, Jordan Clarkson was, and yes, he deserves all the love. Thanks, 95 Bully. Ant Rich with another one. Ant Rich, your incredible generosity tonight has not gone unnoticed. Thank you so much, my man. Leave it up to the New York Knicks to make people care about the NBA Cup. Oh, man. You know what? What's great about that sentiment, Ant? Knicks fans are going to care about it a hell of a lot more than Lakers fans did and a lot more than Bucks fans did. But more than that, the rest of the NBA world is going to have their fucking thongs so twisted over the fact that Knicks fans everywhere get to celebrate something. And those people, I'm sure, have already come out in droves, and I guarantee you they will continue to come out in droves, calling us all sorts of names and saying all sorts of mean things. And I could not give a fuck less because they are fans of some team out there that didn't win this tournament. So, respectfully, fuck off. Thanks, Aunt Rich. Adam Maston. To anyone who wants to, it's not the finals. The Knicks are getting a new banner at MSG in my lifetime. Yeah, no, listen. It's going to happen. I say with confidence. It's going to happen. Is it going to happen this year? I hope so. I mean, I think there was an AI-generated thing which predicted like the next 50 NBA champions. If I recall correctly, I saw this before the season started. I think they had the Knicks winning it this year. Who am I to argue with AI? No one. That's it. Thanks, Adam. Kevin with another one. Colex, 100%, 100th percentile outcome. I'm always petrified when you start off a sentence with this. Not that you've ever started off a sentence with this specifically, but when you start off a sentence like this, with this sentiment, I'm petrified. You could say Colex 100th percentile outcome is John Stockton, and I wouldn't put it past you. Let's see what you actually say. Is Dallas JB? Oh, Kevin? Outcome? I think I want to go higher than that. But yeah, I'll give you Dallas JB. 100% that. Like, look at that guy we saw tonight. What he did in that time left. Amazing. And thank you, Kev Words. Sri, I don't know what that is. I was all for trading Kolek for Alvarado when I first heard about the rumor. His play lately has made me reconsider. Would you do that trade now, John? Well, Alvarado makes too much, so it would really have to be Yabusele for Alvarado, and New Orleans is going to want some kind of picks for that. If you're asking me, would I do a trade where I gave up Yabusele and stuff? Let's say Yabusele and the Washington pick. Washington pick, which is going to be 2 seconds, including a very good pick this year. Let's say the Pelicans would do that for Jose Alvarado. Would I do it? I would hold off. If you're asking me tonight, I would hold off. And I would hold off because we have until the trade deadline. And that means I could get 2 more months of evidence of what Tyler Kolek might be. And I don't think Jose Alvarado is getting traded tomorrow or the next day or in the next few weeks. So I have the time. And then maybe if I feel like I need a wing instead of a backup point guard, I could use that pick to get that instead. That's where I'm at. So no. Thanks, Sri. Bill Peterfriend, man, Bill, thank you. You have led the way so far tonight. Seriously, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you. Azu, between the newsletter and what you do for the super chats here, man, it makes it very, very, very when you do stuff like this. Was one when the Knicks won the damn thing. Say it with me. The Knicks are a champion. Enjoy it. Enjoy this, fans. Enjoy it. Let's go, Knicks. Yes. I mean, you were one. I was previously, I was literally exactly -10 because let me double check this. I always forget this. Won the championship in 1973 on May 10th, which is my birthday. And I'm fairly certain they did it. Yeah, it was May 10th. That's right. So exactly 10 years before I was born, the Knicks won their last NBA championship. And now you're alive to see another one. Not an NBA championship, but it's a championship. So it counts. Thanks, Bill. David. Appreciate you, Macri. My pleasure, man. And KFS. This win matters. Yes, it does. Regardless of the cup, beating the Spurs in a competitive moment and doing it being down double figures matters. Job's not finished. Let's go Knicks. A few people have said this already, and every time I have read it, I have immediately, my mind is gravitated towards, of course, it's the cup. It's the biggest win of the season. This is the best win of the season. Put aside the cup. If this was just a regular December game, this would have been the Knicks' best win of the season because they were playing a team that is playing as well as any team in the league, and they came from behind, and they showed great mettle, and they showed what they were capable of in coming from behind in the fourth quarter to get the win. Best win of the season, completely agree. Surpassed the Landry Shamet game. So, what do you think? Still nothing? No? Give me something. Back? Okay, I'm back. We're getting close. Actually, you know what? I may be able to plug in at this point, I might be able to plug in my speakers. I can't tell. What is my battery at? Oh, it's cutting in and out of that. Okay. That's fine. You know what? We're going to rescue this. Kev, you good, man? You good? Because you're about to get a lot better. Watch this. Watch this shit. Here we go. Giddy up. Ready for this? Watch this shit. Oh, boy. Ready?
Boom. Yes. I just needed to charge her for a little bit. That's all. All right. Thanks, David. I don't know if I need to read the super chat again, but yeah, there we go. Okay. Paul, NYCNZ. Hi, tech support. My TV is saying Knicks and champions at the same time. It doesn't usually do this. Did I buy a defective unit? He said unit. No, nothing's defective. It's functioning properly, and be like me. Enjoy some champagne. It's really not bad. Thanks, Paul. Take Mob General. What's going on, Take Mob? John, I'm usually with you, except for when it comes to RJ. But Tyler Kolek and Jalen Brunson are definitely going to get minutes together in the playoffs. Definitely. What would you, if it was even odds, that means you would bet on it, right? If you're saying definitely, that means you're betting on even odds. I mean, if we're talking about like one game, But if you're telling me that Tyler Kolek and Jalen Brunson are going to be a consistent, like every game they're going to play minutes together in the playoffs, I'm not there yet. I could be there in like 3 weeks, a month. I'm not there yet. I'll be there in a month, though. If Kolek keeps playing like this, I'll definitely be there in a month. Thanks, Take Mob. Appreciate you, man. Hush Zoo with another one. I know he won't have the crazy numbers, but I really hope this cup run propels JB in real MVP talks now. Like legit top 3 potential. He deserves this. You said it. It's top 3. That's the hope. The hope is the Knicks, they win the NBA Cup, they catch Detroit, they surpass Detroit, and that, I mean, the real question you're asking is, do Luka and Wemby need to have, and Giannis, actually, Giannis is for, well, no, Giannis is out of his team stinks, and he's not going to play enough games. But you're asking Wemby and Luka, do they need to miss more games? That's the question. Because if Wemby plays 65 and if Luka plays 65, I'm telling you right now, look, Jokic and SGA, they're going to be the top 2 if they play enough games. If Luka plays 65 and the Lakers are a top 4 team in the West, there will be a battle. I really believe this. There will be a battle over Luka versus Brunson, which is a crazy thing to say. I think Brunson would get the nod. Again, if he plays 65 games, if the Lakers finish top 4 in the West. I think Luka would get the nod over Brunson, regardless of if Brunson, let's say the Knicks won 60 games and Brunson averaged 30 for the season. I still think Luka would probably get the nod, although I think it would be close. The more interesting one now at this point for me might be Wemby. Again, assuming 65 games and assuming if he plays 65 games, here's the thing. He's probably going to get Defensive Player of the Year. So, look, Brunson finished 5th 2 years ago. He finished 10th last year. If he could even finish 4th, man, Patrick Ewing never finished higher than 4th in MVP voting. I'm 98% sure that Walt Clyde Frazier, arguably the greatest Knick in history, if it's not Patrick Ewing, never finished higher than 4th in MVP voting. And I'm double checking that now, and I am correct. He never finished higher than 4th in MVP voting. So, arguably the 2 greatest Knicks in history never finished higher than 4th in MVP voting. If Brunson could get 4th this year and then add it to a 5th place finish, and then obviously last year, I think he finished 10th and he was all NBA second team. Now you're really building the resume. He doesn't need to win it. He's not gonna win it. It sucks, but he's not. And I'd be shocked if he ever finished 2nd. Third's in play. And by the way, if he finishes 3rd in MVP, here are the list of Knicks who have finished top 3 in MVP. Willis Reed won the award. Bernard King finished 2nd, and Carmelo Anthony finished 3rd. That's it. That's the list. So let's see. I hope he gets there. I really do. It would be really fucking cool if Jalen Brunson could finish 3rd in MVP. That'd be awesome. I would not bet on it, but I would not rule it out. And I'm just looking it up now, and I suspected it, and I had to double check, and it's a bad job by me that I double checked. Willis Reed also finished 2nd the year before he won it. So, pretty good basketball player. Thanks, Hushu. Riyadh with another one. Savoring the visual of JB holding the trophy up for the city. Whatever happens the rest of his career, I can say I saw that happen once in my lifetime. Look, I think at this point, and it's not even like we're going to be disappointed in Jalen Brunson if he cannot deliver a championship to New York City. You know, that was more of a Ewing thing for a variety of reasons that frankly don't apply to Jalen Brunson. I will never be disappointed in Jalen Brunson if he cannot deliver a championship here. Like how much I want this for Brunson. Best compliment I give the guy. I've been a Knicks fan for 32 years. Obviously, I enjoy talking about this basketball team enough that I literally have made it my career. I want a Knicks championship more for Jalen Brunson than I do for myself or for like KFS or anything like that. I mean that truly. He deserves it. That's it. He deserves it. Thanks, Riyadh. Bill Peter Friend with another one. League issue. The Knicks win, but get 1 day off before a back-to-back. Hey, here's a crazy idea. If you don't want to have the NBA Cup count as some kind of like a tiebreaker, give the two teams that make the NBA Cup Final a game off. Have it count for a win for both teams, and for the team that wins the cup, have it count for a win and a half. They don't have to play their next game, and then the teams that they were scheduled to play, which in this case would be the Pacers and who are the Spurs supposed to play on Thursday? The fucking Wizards. Have those teams play each other. Have the Wizards play the Pacers. And just give the Knicks and the Spurs an additional win. They get an extra day off. Great solution. Done. But, of course, they're not going to do that. Hussu with another one. Man, can we get this extension done with Mitch? I know a team is going to try and Hartenstein him off of us. He deserves his raise. Insane playoff riser. Nobody's going to Hartenstein him. Nobody's going to come close to Hartensteining him. I promise you that. Teams are not going to invest that amount of money in a guy with his injury history. And frankly, things about his game that are still pretty glaring negatives. You know, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. I don't think the Knicks want him to go anywhere. I think these teams will not reach an extension during the season because there are apron things that have to be considered. But I would be, unless they just absolutely need his salary in a trade, and I don't think they will, again, for a variety of reasons that I don't need to get into right now. Mitch is going to be here for a while. And I hope he is. He should be. Thanks, Hush. Robert Cross, what's going on, Robert? First time, long time. It's your boy, John. Most confident I have been in orange and blue since 97. Interesting. Not 94. Not 93. 97. Which means you are more confident in the 97 team than you are in this team right now. Robert, I disagree with you. Thanks, Robert. Andrew Badow. What's going on, Andrew? I can count on one hand witnessing us hoist trophy. So can I. And I have 4 fingers left over. Thanks, Andrew. Russ Guberman. What's going on, Russ? Yo, John, been rooting for this team since 85. We won a thing. Wemby did not enjoy being on the floor with Mitch at all. Not his happy place. Yeah, no, he was not Happy Gilmore in the frolicking around with the garden and the chick in the white lingerie with the pitchers of beer and the little people and all of those sorts of things. Yeah, they won a thing, and we should be happy, and you should be happy, and I think we are happy. Thanks, Russ. Stevens Guillaume, as we pass the 3-hour mark, by the way, and still have 3,300 people watching. Everybody watching, go subscribe to the Knicks Film School podcast, and obviously the Knicks Film School on YouTube, so you can be a full participant in this Knicks Film School adventure that we have going. Stevens Guillaume, this means nothing to me, John. I know, you don't believe that. Come on. What you drinking tonight? Man, let's get another banner in June. So, again, I tried to combine the E&J with the Turkey Hill eggnog, but as you can maybe see, expiration date, not my friend tonight. So we went with the Weller Antique 107. Earlier tonight, it was the High Noon. Nothing much to see there. And we will be finishing off the evening with Corbel. Lights a little bright. California champagne. Established in the year 1882. Did not know that. Worth every one of these $11.99. Let me tell you. Thanks, Stevens. Bill Peter friend, what's going on, Bill? The actual win felt hollow. Really? But when the confetti fell, it allowed your mind to wander and get lost in the moment if you allowed for it. Bill, just dive right in, man. Dive in. The Knicks won a title. They won a championship. They won a thing. 30 teams competed for this thing. The NBA decided 3 years ago, hey, we're going to create a thing that we are going to incentivize the players to care about. And they do care about it. I think it's very clear that they care about it. So if there is a thing worth caring about for the players, and 30 teams competed for it, and your team that you root for won that thing, just get lost in the moment. Enjoy it. What have you got to lose? Fuck, nothing. Nothing. You have nothing to lose. I should have said this 3 fucking hours ago. Feeling great about tonight is not like you are cheating on your future self that will be celebrating an NBA championship, because I guarantee you, on the night the Knicks win the chip, whether it is in June or in, I hope this is not the case, but 30 years from now, whenever that day comes, I promise you, you are not going to be like, man, this would be so much better if I didn't allow myself to feel good about that NBA Cup championship in 2025. You're not going to feel that way. You're not betraying anyone or anything by allowing yourself to feel genuinely great about what transpired tonight. Only a person who was like, well, we won this thing, so now we don't really need to win that other thing. That's where we could pump the brakes. You know, treat this as its own thing. You still got to win the other thing. If you don't win the other thing, we're going to look back on this era and we're going to be like, it was great. It was fun. They ultimately fell short. Winning this wouldn't change that. But as long as we keep all of this in perspective and we keep it a buck and we're honest with ourselves and the rest of the world about what this is and what this is not, feel great about it. Why not? I promise you got nothing to lose, Bill. Thank you. Domain Connect. What's going on, Domain Connect? Does Colex game make Deuce more expendable for a trade? Not for me. Not for one single solitary second. This team needs Deuce McBride. And unless you're telling me that you're trading Deuce McBride for, Tari Eason or that level of player, then no. No. Thanks, Domain Connect. Endgame. What's going on, Endgame? This win definitely brought a tear to my eye. There you go. That's what I want to hear. Side note, does everyone forget that the Knicks won the 1990 McDonald's championship? Patrick Ewing, MVP, by the way. Endgame, I was right now years old when I learned about the 1990 McDonald's championship and that Patrick Ewing won MVP, but Kev Words is here for me. Oh, wait, no. I thought you were going to put up something about that. No. Hold on.
I got nothing about that. I mean, it was like a tournament against European teams, though.
What's that?
It was a tournament against European teams.
Is there any photographic evidence of it?
Oh, I got you. I got something. I'll be back.
What? What? He just left me. He just left me hanging.
I'll be back.
Okay, I'm here. Maybe he's going to get like the actual trophy. How fun would that be if he went to get the actual trophy from maybe Kev Words has the trophy? Oh, here we go. I mean, I got something here. Oh, man, look at this. I'm just going to read this. The McDonald's Championship, sometimes called the McDonald's Open, was an international men's professional basketball cup competition that featured a representative of the National Basketball Association against champion clubs from Europe, Australia, and South America. In 1990, the event took place in Barcelona, Spain, with the New York Knicks. Come on now. I've had way too much alcohol to try to pronounce this. Scavolini Pissarro. Pop 84 split. I swear to Christ, that's the words on the page. And FC Barcelona competing for the title. So there were 4 teams in this competition. In a thrilling, I said thrilling, overtime opener, the Knicks, led by Patrick Ewing, all-star Patrick Ewing, beat the Scavolini Pissarro and then defeated Pop's 84 split 117-101 in the final. Check out the highlights. I wish I could. I think these links have been disabled since before the internet was actually a thing. Great picture by you, Kev, of Patrick Ewing raising a championship trophy in his classic Ewings. His knee pads are around his ankles. It's David Stern there. We got Mark Jackson. We got, I don't recognize anybody else. That was against 3 European teams. This was against 29 NBA teams. So with all due respect to the McDonald's fucking Big Mac Invitational, does not hold a candle. Sorry. They weren't popping bottles after that, I guarantee you. Stevens Guillaume with another one. Just for old time's sake, De'Aaron Fox, I know he's sick. I will never forgive him for that tweet. And we don't got to say anything else about that. Thanks, Stevens. Emil Beaumonsor. What's going on, Emil? To piggyback on what somebody said earlier about Trier and Galloway, I used to come home from school excited to watch Melo play with fucking Lou Amundsen and Shane Larkin. This means something to me. It should. I'm not going to get emotional, I promise. But I would be remiss not to point out, what are we? 3 hours and 10 minutes into this post game. that the year that the Knicks Film School podcast debuted, the Knicks won 17 games. And I don't frankly know how they won those 17 games. I don't have much of a recollection of those 17 games. I have a few memories. I have memories of Mitchell Robinson blocking, I always forget, was it 8 or 9 shots against the Orlando Magic? I have memories of people losing their shit. Absolutely. When I tell you losing their shit, I mean losing their shit. After David Fizdale went away from the vaunted, let's see if I could remember it. Frank, Kev, yeah, check me on this one. Frank, Dotson, Mitch, Noah Vonleh, and who was the fifth guy? There was a fifth guy in there who was like a guard or a wing, and I can't place it right now. In any case, starting 5 that people were convinced would feed families. And David Fizdale went away from this lineup after 9 or 8 or 10 or whatever games. And people thought this was the end of the world. I remember a game against the Charlotte Hornets, I think, where Emmanuel Mudiay may have went for like 30 points and had himself a game.
I think it was Tim Hardaway Jr.
Was it Timmy was the name I wanted to give, and I'm like, was he still here? Oh, that's right. They had signed him. They had signed him back, right?
The re-up.
Yeah, the re-up. Because KP was okay. Yeah, the re-up. Oh, how can we forget the re-up? So like, yeah, I remember 4 or 5 things from that season, but the point is that season was not memorable. That season sucked ass. And that was the season that made that put Knicks Film School, the podcast, this podcast that people are listening to right now, that made it a thing. That gave me some faint inkling of a hope of like, oh shit, this might, maybe I could actually like do this, like for real, as more than just sitting around with a microphone on my kitchen table. I bring that up to say that I don't care. I don't give a fuck who you want to nominate as the second most loyal fan base in the world of professional sports. I don't care who it is. Just know that whoever you put as number 2 is a distant second to the New York Knicks fan base. Because again, I was talking about dog shit upon dog shit. And this podcast became a thing that was like a real thing. And it just, people never gave up. People never gave in. I still hear from people to this day that are like, 1819, man. I've been with you since 1819. And I want to say to those people, what were you doing listening? Like, why? What was there? Like, for what purpose would you want the Knicks to be more a part of your life than to just watch the basketball games? Why would you even watch the games to begin with? Shout out to Mitchell Robinson. It was the only thing watchable about that year. And people did. And it was, it's just, there's nothing that's close. There's nothing that's close. There's no fan base that's close. I don't care what you want to give me. Give me a baseball team. Give me a hockey team. I don't care. It's nothing close. There's Knicks fans up here. There's everybody else down here fighting for second place. That's it. That's the way it is. Thanks, Emil. Armin Dutta, what's going on, Armin? Respect for still going so late. That's what someone said. I think both teams should get a win, and the team that wins the cup should get a tiebreaker if they need it. God bless. Yeah, unfortunately, They're not doing that, and they should do it, and I think they will do it at some point, but sucks that we don't get the benefit of that right now. Thanks, Armin. That's it. We're done? Oh, look at it. It's so glorious. Back cover of the New York Post. So, make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. What I love about this, the symmetry of this, Kev, is obviously that's Frank Sinatra, who starred in the original Ocean's 11, which of course took place in Las Vegas, singing New York, New York, which is a song that I played at the end of every night that I DJ'd for all the years that I was a DJ, about 5 years in my late teens and early 20s. It's a very special song to me. And it is a song that not only did I play to end every night that I ever DJ'd, but I played because we were always Yankees bars, and the Yankees were very good back in that time. And so every time the Yankees won a big game, which we would always put on the TV and we would have the sound on for playoff games. Every time the Yankees won a big game, I would always play New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. And then I would play that, and it would kind of kick off the night after the baseball game ended. And all I wanted during that time was to someday have a basketball team that could forget winning championships. It wasn't about winning championships, but just give myself and give the city of New York that consistent level of being in it, mattering, competence, worth tuning in for, worth stopping what you're doing. And if you're out in the city, popping into a bar and be like, hey, I'm watching on my phone. I'm seeing on my phone. It's the last 5 minutes. Can we just go in? Can we watch the end? Being that team that made you stop and do that. And more than $500,000, more than everything that I said about that this is something that 30 teams compete for and only one team gets. The reason why every Knicks fan out there should feel great tonight and feel great about themselves for feeling great tonight is because for a very, very long time, this franchise did not give us that, where you stopped and you said, I'm sorry, I just gotta watch the last 5 minutes of this game. It matters to me. It makes a difference. And we have that team now, and we've had that team for a few years, yes. But for them to give us a little something tonight, it's like when you're on a diet and you have a goal weight, whatever that goal weight is, you know the goal weight's a ways away. But when you have that week where you're like, oh man, it's the first time I lost, 3 pounds in 2 weeks or whatever, and you see it and you're like, all right, I'm not there yet. Not there yet. No, I'm not there yet. I know I can't stop now. I know if I stop now, I'll ultimately be disappointed. But it's that little bit of validation. It's that something that keeps you going. And I think tonight was a version of that for all of us who root for this team and who, believe that this team can climb the ultimate mountain and win an NBA championship at some point. On that note, Last super chat, I believe. This is from Andrew Claudio. Oh, Andrew. I love you so much. Would have won by 25 if Johnny Bryant were the coach. Only Andrew, man. Only Andrew. Here's what I'm going to do, Andrew. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to throw away these wet paper towels that have been sitting next to me. And the OCD in me has been like seeing and smelling and hearing these paper towels on the floor for the last, whatever it's been, 2 hours. I'm going to throw those in the garbage. I'm going to go get some cleaning agents, clean my floor properly and my desk surface properly. And then I'm going to start writing my newsletter, but only after I do those things. Because that is what I do, because I'm a crazy person. Speaking of crazy people, Johnny Chiba with, I think now this is our final super chat of the night. Congrats, Mac and KFS. This team playing smart is chip worthy. OG MVP. Cole Hector Bridges is a high IQ basketball connection. Mitch with Wilt vibes. Sure, why not? Let's end the night with Wilt Chamberlain, Mitchell Robinson comparisons. Why the hell not? They won the freaking cup championship tonight. Let's go crazy. In all seriousness, thank you everybody who super chatted tonight. Thank you everybody who watched tonight. Whether on Twitter, YouTube, if you're listening tomorrow, if you have this on your podcast feed and you have listened on your podcast feed to this point in the podcast, God bless you, truly, and thank you. We appreciate you, everybody here at Knicks Film School. We are able to do what we do and celebrate these moments in the way that we are able to celebrate these moments because of you. So thank you for allowing us to do what we do and have these big moments, on the biggest stage possible. If you appreciate what we do, kindly take a snippet of your time. Give us a 5-star rating, or write, if you have really an extra minute. All it takes is a minute. Write a kind review and let folks know, hey, the Knicks Film School Podcast, it's where you want to get your all your stuff, your go-to stuff on the Knicks. And on that final note, I think we're done. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of stuff tomorrow. Bonus content. I'm gonna write a newsletter tonight. What time is it? 2:41 a.m. I haven't stayed up past 4 a.m. in a hot minute, but it's gonna be a 4 a.m. night tonight. Shout out to all of my stackers out there, everybody in the stack. Patreon, DJ and Benji are gonna have some special stuff for this one, I'm sure. Follow us social media at Knick Film School, SKOOL. Don't think I forgot anything. Kev, come up here, Kev. How you feeling?
I feel like we're champions, and I feel like, my opinion, the NBA Cup, some people want to call it money grab, whatever, but the players play. These games are competitive, even like the qualifying round games. And I think just off of that, like, I'm happy we won. You know what I'm saying? Throw up the banner. I hope the team celebrates. And, down the line, if this to become a significant thing, well, the Knicks got number 3, the third one of all time. Like, I think it's fire for them to go out there and do it. I think it's super fire for guys like, Mo Diawara, and for, Landry Shamet, and, Trey Jemison, and whoever. Dude. These guys, my guy Porty Cal, shout out to Huck Porty, like, these guys to get like decent money off of this, and then for the stars to like put so much energy to get their guys the bread. Like, I'm with the energy.
I know my girl Rebecca Chase, and she's on vacation right now. but I know she was pumped for those 2 Huck
The
40
Huck
minutes
minutes.
that were big, that were absolutely big. Look, it's the third one of these things, right?
Yeah, number 3.
LeBron James, top 2 player ever, right?
Yep.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, I probably have him right now in the low teens, close to 20. We could
Reasonable.
quibble. We could quibble.
Reasonable. He got the accolades.
You know, two-time MVP, NBA champion, 6-ish, 7-ish year run of individual dominance that we hadn't seen a ton of in this league. Roughly a top 20 NBA player, right?
Right.
And now Jalen Brunson joins that list. I'm not saying Jalen Brunson's top any number of NBA player, but look, you get into the dance, and now you win the thing, and he got the MVP. I'm just not saying, but I'm just saying. That's the company that he's in now, and it almost makes me want to backtrack on a little bit on what I responded to the earlier super chat about. Does this meaningfully impact Brunson's place in terms of organizational hierarchy? Again, organizational hierarchy is a tough thing for me because those top 3 are just
tough.
Rock solid. Unless you win a championship or you play here for a decade and you're the best player on the team for that time. But in terms of
Armand in the chat said he thought we meant it was the Knicks' 3rd championship.
Oh,
Nah. It's separate. No. You said it right, Mac. It's a separate thing, and you can have pride in winning that separate thing and still want to win an actual championship.
If we really get into the nitty gritty of the Jalen Brunson part of it, if we talking about and it's what is he? He's 30, right? He's 29. He turns 30 this year.
Yeah, turning 30, I think. Or is he 28?
Yeah, he's already behind the 8 ball because of how his career started. He was older, obviously, when he entered the league. Right. He was a backup for 2-3 years. So first All-Star team, did not make his first All-Star team until whatever it was, 27, 28. So behind the 8 ball, similar to guys we have seen, like a Chauncey Billups is the name that will always come to my mind first when I think of, not in terms of player comparisons, but career accomplishment comparisons. This is all to say that he's almost 30, maybe he's the exception to the rule and he has a prime late into his 30s, but his prime is probably only going to last another 2-3 years. So again, this is long-winded way of saying this is an important notch for him in terms of getting that ultimate prize. Now, will he probably need to win a championship as the best or second best player on a team, hopefully this team, to get to that ultimate hallowed ground in the NBA and be inducted? Probably. But it all goes into the pot. And this isn't a what do you call it? It's not a sprinkle. When you put a little bit of a dash.
A dash.
Yeah, this is more than a dash. This is I don't know if it's a teaspoon, probably not a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon. Maybe it's a teaspoon into the pot of the candidacy. I think.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't think he I don't think this win changed, especially because he killed the cup, but he didn't really have a great championship game. I don't think tonight in and of itself.
But they did need him. And it's not like he had a terrible game.
No.
He did not have a terrible game.
It wasn't the best Brunson game.
No, it wasn't the best Brunson game. It wasn't at all. But it just, again, looking, this game didn't count for the standings, so obviously his stats not updated. Dude's averaging 29 a night. You know? Averaging 29 a night. Like nowadays, you say 29, 29. No, come on, man.
There's not a lot of players who average 29 a game in the history of the league, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 this year, which is again part of why the
this year's weird though.
Well, it's where the league is at right now.
This year's weird.
This has been we've been trending this way for a little while, but like you look at the other players on that list just briefly, and I got to write newsletter tonight, so trust me, I want to get out of here. Anthony Edwards, he's a Michael Jordan clone physically.
Yeah.
Giannis, the fucking alien.
Armand put this in the chat too for his height too.
What's that?
Armand Duda put that in the chat for his height. What you're doing now?
Well, I'm dead. That's what we're going through right now. Giannis. Yeah. Okay. Jaylen Brown, was he 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", wing, prototypical,
Yeah. Strong wing.
Curry is the one exception, but he's also the greatest at what he, not only the greatest at what he does in the history of the league, but like, if you rank, like, if you look at every individual skill and you grade it out with like, here's number one and here's whoever is number two, there's no skill where there's a bigger gap between Curry at number one and then whoever you have at number two. So he's the exception to the rule. And he's also one of the 10 greatest players ever lived. Sorry, but he is.
Fact.
Jokic is a brick shithouse. Donovan Mitchell, give the man his props. Give the man his props. He deserves all the flowers. Tyrese Maxey, another one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, bigger guy, 6'4", 6'5", and then Luka is obviously a bigger guy too. It's just, again, you got 10 guys averaging this many points, but Curry aside, it's, I mean, and even Donovan Mitchell's not a slight. He's not that, short. I mean, Brunson's the shortest guy of all of these guys.
And Mitchell has like a pretty plus wingspan too.
Well, I mean, Maxey has the speed. Maxey's one of the 5 fastest players in the league. Curry has the shooting. It's really Mitchell and Brunson. And as you say, Mitchell does have more physical tools than Jalen Brunson. I mean, Donovan Mitchell competed in a dunk contest. Didn't he? Am I imagining? No, I don't think I'm imagining that, right?
No, he did. He did.
Yeah. So
I didn't realize Maxey was going this crazy this year, though.
Well, I mean, look, we keep this conversation going all night. We talk about, I mean, all NBA this year is going to be insane. I mean, even look, I'm blowing smoke up Jalen Brunson's ass. I'm talking about where this lies in terms of his Hall of Fame candidacy. I don't think he's a lock for first team All NBA this year. Like this is going to be a fucking bloodbath. Maybe the games played thing will take some guys out of it. Like look, Giannis is already out, right? So Giannis is he's done. Like he's not. He will not make. Well, not officially yet, but by the time he comes back, he will have missed too many games.
Bro, if we're number one in the East, he has to get that. I couldn't imagine. Like
you say
if
that.
We're number one in the East, he should get.
So, Kev, you say that. SGA, Jokic, Luka. How many Wemby games are we getting? That's
how
a question.
Feel like
and then
in there, man.
And then look, where I'll give you the record first in the East is if Curry has the little bit of the buffer statistically, but they're 7th in the West versus the Knicks are first in the East. Right. That's where Brunson's going to get it. But so right now, if you ask me to bet on it, is Brunson by the end of this year going to be first team All NBA, be the first Knick to be first team All NBA since? Do you know the answer to this question? I'm looking it up just to to double check. This is a tricky question.
First Knick to be first team All NBA.
Since when?
If it's tricky, then it can't be Carmelo and it can't be Patrick.
So it's not Carmelo. The reason why it's tricky is because Carmelo finished third in MVP voting, and yet because it was still
positions,
he was second team All NBA behind the forwards for that year, Kevin Durant and LeBron James. The correct answer is Patrick Ewing. However, Patrick Ewing, for all of his illustrious accomplishments, only made first team All NBA. Do you know how many times?
Twice.
Once.
Wow.
In the and you know why he made it? Because he won the fucking McDonald's focaccia,
89.90
fries, sweet and sour sauce,
the quarter pounder with
quarter
cheese.
pounder. What else does McDonald's have? 20-piece chicken McNugget. That's the only year. The 89
trophy
is the 89-90 season, which was by far Ewing's career high in points, 28.6 points per game.
As well.
And then before that, to go first team All NBA for a Knick, you had to go to Bernard King.
I was gonna say King, but I thought you would try to trick
the year that King finished the year that King finished runner up to Larry Bird. He finished first team All NBA, and he actually also finished first team All NBA the next year, despite the fact that he only played 55 games in the season that he tore his ACL, because he was averaging 33 points at the time. And that was despite playing for a Knick team that won like 20-something games. So, yeah, look, I'm obvious. I love this stuff, as people could probably tell. But he is building a statistical case and a resume that, if you look at guards his size, it's pretty rare, and then if you look at players in Knicks history, it's just, again, the notion that he could get first team All NBA this year and then equal the number of first team All NBA is that Patrick Ewing was named to. And have more first team All NBAs. Forget as a Knick. Total. As I gotta say,
I bet he's gonna be.
Carmelo
Anthony. I think he's gonna be known as the best Knick of all time when it's all said and done. But he has to do it first. But I think it's gonna happen.
The only difference is gonna be
Ewing's the length of Ewing's career. And
the
then
only
Clyde
reason why I
think
it's possible look, Ewing is the guy that gets said as the greatest Knick of all time, right? I think I spent a lot of time, and when I tell you, look, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like when I did my top 75, I took that extraordinarily seriously, and when I got down to the final three, I was going back and I was looking at playoff game logs. And no, I'm serious. I was looking at playoff game logs, and I'm like, in like specific circumstances, like, all right, this was a game 5 and it was 2-2. And like, what did he do in the situation? I ended up with Ewing as my number 1. But when I tell you, Kev, I could have thrown a dart, and you could, like, some days it could have landed on Willis, some days it could have landed on Frazier. And when I ultimately did the rankings, not that like people were crapping on Ewing or anything, but it wasn't even Frazier. And I had Reed third. The number of people that wrote to me who had witnessed Reed, and look, you want to tell me, all right, these are old fogies who like they're gonna support their guy. This wasn't that. These are people who come and be like, listen, man, all due respect, Willis Reed's the greatest Knick of all time. And if you had ever watched him, y'all would have known that. And the fact that there is that uncertainty and that there is that dispute and discrepancy about who actually is number 1 right now, if Brunson did spend, whatever. I don't know. It's going to take 7, 8, 9 years as a Knick, like a good span of time. And he won a title in that time as the best player on the team in this league with this competition. I think at that point, I think he has the case. But we're so even if he's number 4 right now, and I think there's an argument he's number 4 right now, but I again have to push her higher. Even if he's number 4 right now, I think it's going to be a while before he enters into the real discussion for top 3.
El Coriano 11 says you should rank the top 75 worst Knicks of all time.
Oh my God. The funny thing is there'd probably be some players on that list that appeared on my top 75.
That's funny.
I swear to God. Because there were Knicks that I ranked on my top 75 where I'm like, look, y'all don't want to see this guy here any more than I do. But he has to be here, and then I listed my reasons. But
that's funny.
I wouldn't even know how to do that list. Anyway, this is fun. I'm happy we did a little coda here.
We won the Mega Bowl.
You. What?
I said we won the Mega Bowl.
We won the Mega Bowl. Kev, thank you for staying up till all hours. It's 3 a.m.
Yep.
How's that for symmetry? 3 a.m. We just had 3,300 people watching.
Wow.
There we go. Giddy up. All right. Everybody,
Numbers.
Again, if you appreciate people staying up until all hours of the night, rating, review, follow, subscribe, all the things you do. We appreciate you. We love you. And again, tune in tomorrow. We're going to have a bunch of content on the channel for the next couple of days. So until then, thank you, everybody. Raise the fucking banner. Pop the core bell. We'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what else to say. All right, let's get out of here. Talk to you later. Peace out.
Hold on, I have to find the proper.
What is it?
The disclaimer. I got it.
Oh, we got to find that. Yeah.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See the Fanatics Sportsbook app.